Some people just want to watch world fun.
Jeff nails another draft day.
Nailed
Makes
it.
top 5 has 98.
I got one more.
Just loves some Kevin James.
Fucking Kevin James.
It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's the history of bad. LaCroix. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 437. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I'm Jim.
Hey, we're all here except for one. Wah, wah.
Who's Juan?
The intern, the new intern.
Oh.
Intern Juan will be starting next week.
Ellen Turno?
Yeah. What? No. I don't know.
If he's doing
Juan.
fake Spanish.
Oh, okay. That was very bad fake Spanish.
We.
Yes. Good job. Good job. Anyways, episode 437. How's everyone doing?
Alive.
Oh, okay.
6 feet above.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, thanks for listening. For new listeners. Why? No. Thanks for listening. Welcome. If you haven't listened to us before, you should really go back and just start at episode 432 and then go forward. No. Just download all of them.
Unless you like to time travel.
That's right.
Go back 6-7 years.
Again, I'm waiting for Doug to do a time travel episode. Doug?
He's overdue.
137. Episode 137 I want you to do.
Who? Sure.
Doug, co-Canadian of the year.
Have I met him?
I don't know. He may deliver your mail. I'm not sure.
He's the intern's dad.
Oh, okay.
He's a listener with split personalities.
And then co-Canadian of the year is intern Brian, who's not here this week. His wife is co-Canadian of the year. I think co-Canadian of the year Doug is going to show up with like a box full of food for us. And that's how it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
In a time travel episode.
Yes.
Most likely the food will be stuff he gets out of his pantry that he doesn't want.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll take it.
All I know is
I
I've
like when you
got...
donate food to like the
Shelter?
shelters, and like when you were in school and you had to bring a canned good in, you found like the worst one possible.
Oh, here's the canned peas. You get those.
Or just pick some really good USPS mail that looks really good and bring it in. We'll play mystery envelope.
Hopefully it has that check of $16,000 that girl is used to paying her rent with.
Yeah.
What was this?
Some people are going through the mail and stealing it.
Yeah.
And there was somebody who had a rent check for $1,600 in it.
Oh, they said 16,000.
I said something. And they forged it and cashed it.
Ugh.
Look for gift cards. You know, like birthday cards, shaped envelopes, because usually they have cash in them.
So people unfamiliar with Cincinnati,
Or gift cards.
Yeah.
I think it was two people, right?
Anything is untraceable.
They robbed a mailman of the
Yeah.
key to the blue blue mailboxes that you see on the corners. Well, you may see on corners.
They're
anymore, I'm
lock
not sure.
boxes, right? I thought
Yeah.
those were lock boxes. Yeah.
It doesn't look like a very secure lock, though. Like, I walked past one the other day, and I'm like, huh.
It's there to deter honest people.
Correct.
Yeah, if you really want to get in, you probably can break the
Yeah.
lock.
Excuse me, sir, what are you doing with that mailbox? No, don't worry about it. But anyways, so now people in society, they're like, please don't use those mailboxes on the corners, on the streets. They aren't safe. So people are going through them and stealing stuff. So yeah. It was really odd. I saw a guy in a UPS uniform going through it, so that was kind of odd. So I could have reported it, but it's fine. I'm sure he's legit.
All I know is we still got a bar of this Canadian candy of the Cadbury Crunchy bar.
Oh,
I'm going to open it and start eating it. If
you like that
guys
one?
would like a piece of it,
Right, keep it away
go
from
ahead
me.
and grab it. But
No.
I can't guarantee that there will be much left soon after opening.
well,
That's right. I almost ate a full one last week.
those are not good.
Yeah, they're okay. I like them.
I like it.
I will, Jim. What do you have over there that you're eating?
I am eating garlic parmesan combos.
That sounds disgusting. I'm not a big garlic parmesan wings fan, let alone combo. Like I like combos, but
They're my favorite. It's my favorite flavor of wing too.
It
Garlic
is.
parmesan?
I like it. You get some good garlic parm wings. Can't beat it.
I don't know about that.
But no, this is good and dusty. Good dusty tasting
Did you-
garlic parm.
Did you have some?
Yeah, he gave me one.
And
Because
you liked
he's
it?
nice.
Oh well.
Yes.
Well, I'm giving you guys some stuff. We have some stuff coming up here. We
No, you're not giving me stuff. Pop Culture Cafe gave me stuff.
got. I bought this today.
Ooh. All right, I take my word.
Yeah, shut it. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups Mellow Top. Marshmallow flavored cream with milk chocolate, naturally and artificially flavored. So we'll try that in here in a bit while you guys, cleanse your palate over there.
So that's I thought that was white chocolate. That's marshmallow. on the
Marshmallow.
top. Oh, I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know.
Well, all the people who don't like Peeps, I doubt will like those.
You know, this Cadbury Crunchy kind of reminds me of, have you ever had astronaut ice cream, like the freeze-dried ice cream?
Yep, the texture. Yeah.
I love that shit.
Exactly, that's what
This is like freeze-dried toffee.
Oh.
Canadian.
Ugh.
It's good, though.
It's like it's like a Butterfinger, but
Yeah.
it's freeze dried insides.
Yeah.
I like how we have officially become the snacking show. Like, we have officially, everything's gone.
I didn't realize that, but that was one of my goals in life.
To get a snack show?
To just sit around, eat food, and talk about it.
Food tasting show.
Which is funny because Jeff hasn't brought anything into Taste Test. You're like the chef, the master judge or chef on a show. Like everything is brought to you to taste.
Damn straight.
I like that. Okay. Good job, Jeff. Good job. I haven't made
And I brought a lot of Pez things.
You did bring a lot of Pez. You did. And you know what, Jeff? Just your award-winning personality is enough. So I see you have a red shirt on today. You don't think you're going to make it out of the studio alive, do you? With your red shirt.
It was the first shirt I pulled out of the.
That's what they always say, and they always end up dead.
Well, he has no Enterprise insignia on it, so he may be safe.
Give me that marker. I'm going to put it on. Is anyone watching Picard? Season 3?
I have not. Oh, up to 3? I thought it was just 2.
No. I think
no.
next season or this season's the last one.
I'm still trying to get through.
Jessica Jones?
No,
Oh.
the Next Generation. Before we start Picard.
Oh, the TV series?
Yes,
From like 1997? Mm-hmm. Have you watched any episodes?
I watched the first 2 and it was
Oh,
it was
no.
horrendous.
Oh.
Just skip to the end where they fight a giant Rubik's Cube. And they get assimilated into it.
Time out, Jim. First 2 episodes. It's one episode. It's a big pilot episode. 3.6 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's what I gave it. I think that's a good grade.
I think
About
you're
a-
being generous.
I'm about a 1.8.
It is bad. It is bad. And I heard Q gets better, but
Did you see the article I sent you about it's called like, what is it, Star Trek, the pre-generation?
Oh, about how they're
It's not
kind
the
of moving.
next generation.
Correct.
It's not the current generation. It was like the previous.
Yeah, because they're
generation.
well. Chris Pine has even talked about like how Paramount is trying to like make everything connected, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you shouldn't make it all Marvel related, like
Yeah.
a Marvel thing.
Yeah, wait until they have alternate universe Star Trek
Oh, God.
generations.
I think they already do, don't they? I don't know.
I think that was the giant Rubik's Cube thing that ends the next generation.
There's a cartoon now.
well, alternate realities is the reboot of 2009 was just an alternate generation, an alternate reality.
I like the alternate generation. I like that one.
Alternate reality, alternate universe. But did we actually figure out that photo? Was it real life or CGI?
So it was a promo
yeah,
for their new show,
yeah.
and it looked CGI. Like it looked like.
If you look at Spock, especially,
Well, it's not Spock. It's Vulcan.
it.
I'm just kidding. It is Spock.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's only one Spock.
There's only one Vulcan,
Only
right?
one Vulcan, right? Yeah, exactly.
It does. No, Tuvok was a Vulcan.
Who? Tupac?
Tupac. Yeah.
You know what? From now on, that's canon in this podcast. Tupac is a Vulcan. I loved his rap song. Great song. That was
That's
Klingon.
Klingon.
Oh shoot, it's Vulcan. It's different. Sorry. Everybody that loves Star Trek is now cussing us out.
They've done that already.
Yes.
And I don't even think that actually was Klingon. That just sounded like you were trying to do Klingon.
It sounds like Bill the Cat.
It is a little bit.
Bloom
No,
County.
Bill the Cat sounds like Kathy.
Listen, honey. Here's some scribbles. Anyways, yeah, the promo that they sent out for the new Star Trek, it literally looks like they put superimposed heads on like these mannequins or something.
It almost looked like CGI animation
Yes,
to the point where it looked almost very real.
it's very weird. It was very weird looking.
It was like a touched up Kardashian photo.
Let's say, yeah, I wouldn't have called it CGI. I would have just called it Photoshopped.
Can we not talk about? We don't mention that name.
Oh my gosh, I must.
The good news is
Punish
2020 this Friday has a special about them, or tomorrow night.
Who?
The family we shall never name.
Isn't that what the whole live action series is about?
They got a new series out.
Oh, jeez.
What else is going on, Jeff? What did you watch this
Travis
week?
Barker got married.
Oh my gosh.
Jeff, what did you watch
What did
this
I
week?
watch? I watched Encanto.
Okay.
Didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it?
Why didn't I like it? I thought the story just felt rushed and slapdash.
My thought exactly. When I did my review for nerdly.co.uk, I could equate it to a Seinfeld episode, but less funny. Nothing happened.
Like,
There was nothing that happened in it.
But did they sing?
The
They
songs
did.
were fun.
There you go.
and the songs were eh.
Bruno's actually one of my least favorite songs in that
There,
film.
yeah, there wasn't a whole lot from that songs I could take away that I said I enjoyed.
Do you think the lack of a antagonist kind of deterred from it?
No, like the story overall, I didn't mind the story, the plot of the story.
Okay.
It just felt the getting there, the journey just felt eh.
I thought the ending was very abrupt too.
Yeah, it kind of did. It's just like, oh yeah, and well, everything's all right again.
Bruno's back. And we're fine. What?
Well, he had to leave.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bruno, who's been living in your walls for the last 10 years. Don't mind him.
Guy's been living in some girl's walls?
Yes, the family's walls.
What kind of children's
I wanna
show
see-
is
He's
this?
a brother. He's related.
That makes it even creepier.
Oh, dude. What the hell?
I want to see the horror film trailer for that. Bruno in the walls. I see you. I wanted to toss the grandma off a cliff.
And then, yeah, okay, there was one. Yeah, the grandma was terrible, to be honest.
Yeah. Even my kids have started to realize that the more times they've watched it.
The one thing that kind of bothered me was you got the one cousin or whatever who can hear everything. Mm-hmm. And
Couldn't hear Bruno, though, in the walls.
but at the very end, she said, I knew he was there the whole time. I heard him.
Oh, did she say that?
But then the whole point was when they were at the dinner and she had heard, what Maribel or
Yeah.
the main person said. She heard her secret and like couldn't keep a secret. She
Yeah.
was like almost dying because she had a secret to tell. I'm like, for the last 10 or so years, you knew Bruno was living in the walls, but you couldn't keep this secret for 13 minutes?
Because it was a horror film, and Bruno came out and threatened her every single night in her bed. I will kill you. I will take you down.
He was the brother who lived in the wall.
So, yeah.
You thought you were safe.
wasn't a
You're
big fan
never
of
safe with
Encanto.
Bruno.
Voiced by Josh Duggar.
Oh,
Keep singing your songs to keep him away.
you guys
It's
sing
the only
together.
thing that will save you.
So then I decided to watch, was it Turning Red or whatever it's called? I couldn't even continue watching that. I got about a half hour in, and I'm like, that's enough.
Were you offended because it was talking about changes that females go through?
Nope.
Was that a big thing?
Nope.
Okay. But I keep hearing from people complaining it is.
No.
Okay. Wow.
My biggest problem is, I'm like, 50-year-old dude, and the main character is a 13-year-old girl who was annoying as F. So I'm like, I'll just, like every time she's on, I'm like, oh God, I'm annoyed by you. Get away. Go away, little girl. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm watching this movie. Click.
Good job, Jeff.
Exit.
That and her mother was a pain in the ass too.
I enjoyed it enough. I don't think it was great by any means, but my kids have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old and my 8-year-old really like it.
Well, I'm saying it might be something that 13-year-old girls do enjoy
Correct.
or whatnot.
But we had
I was not the target audience.
No, you were not.
No.
No.
Despite the fact you're wearing a red shirt tonight.
Yes.
And you kind of look like a
dress
panda.
up as a panda sometimes.
You
Red panda.
He is a furry.
He is.
So, panda love. Okay. I watched Moon Knight. Anybody watch that?
Oh yeah, I did watch.
I did.
Midnight.
I did not.
watched it.
You didn't, Jim?
No.
Okay. There's not really much spoilers anyways.
Well, I do have some questions as a non-Moon Knight knowledgeable person.
Well, you came to the wrong place because I know nothing about Moon Knight.
Me neither. And I watched the first episode. The only thing I knew going into it as a non-Marvel Moon Knight person is that Moon Knight was the equivalent to DC's Batman.
Yes, but more psychological issues.
Yeah,
That's what I thought. Or that's
Yeah.
the way it had been described to me in the past.
He's kind of like Hawkman in a way, like that mythology.
with the Egyptian mythology.
I didn't know he had so much to do with Egyptian mythology. Although I
didn't.
enjoyed the split personality.
I knew
kind
you
of.
would. As soon as I was watching, I watched it with
right.
my oldest, and I kept
That's
thinking, Blake's going to love this because you have the narrative.
I love the unreliable
There you
narrator.
go.
That's right. But then it does get kind of funny where he hears the voice and it says like, "Oh, great, the idiot's back."
Yes.
And he's like, when they're doing the chase scene, and he doesn't know where he's
When he's
at.
driving the car.
Driving the car and the fight when
Yeah.
he's got the scarab, the Egyptian scarab, and he's like, "What am I doing here? I don't know." And then all of a sudden he's like, "Zoop." "Oh my god!" He's like killed people all around him,
And there's blood everywhere.
There's blood everywhere, and yeah, I thought it was pretty entertaining.
I really enjoyed it. I had not much excitement going into it. I don't know much about Moon Knight. I thought the trailer looked decent, but I was like, I had my expectations low. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that first episode. Jeff, you did not have excitement for it at all.
My expectations were low, and I enjoyed it for what it is. I hope it gets to a point somewhere. I mean, for a first episode, where you're jumping in blind. I think it's great, and then it's like things are happening, but what?
No, you're fine.
Okay, but I'm waiting for. I mean, we'll see how the next episode goes. I'm sure they'll get to the point.
I did like the dog chasing him and then trying to run away from him in the bathroom. I thought that was kind of cool. Like,
Or the Egyptian,
the
whatever
Egyptian
the hell
dog
that
thing.
was,
Yeah.
Hellhound.
I really, like I said, unreliable narratives. I can
Horus
take it or
Hound?
leave. Yeah, I can take it or leave it. And I thought this one was fun. I like that. So
How did you like Ethan Hawke's character?
I don't think they gave him a lot to do yet. He was kind of like every other brooding villain. Like you're just waiting. I like that he has a cult.
It did give you an interesting start because you're watching it, from a perspective of what he does in the very beginning. He walks out, and then it cuts to Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
In bed, and you're like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you chained to a bedpost? I mean, why you got this sand around? So apparently he realizes he's been
Doing something
for a period of time now where he has
But how did
gaps
he
in
get the
consciousness
scarab?
in what he's doing. He thinks he's like sleepwalking or something.
How did he get the scarab? Just from his job, you think?
No.
And he stole it.
He was
From
in
who?
like Germany or somewhere.
Well, he was there, but he was the alter ego. He was Mark. And then okay, I got you.
He woke up standing in the middle of I don't know where he was. Alps somewhere.
Something like that.
I get that. Okay, I got you. I thought
he already had this, so he stole. And then they even mentioned that
I know that
the package was intercepted or someone stole it.
I got you.
He was outside of the castle because he apparently jumped out.
Yeah, I like how they were
Jaws,
shooting.
Broken. He's like,
Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I feel like the superhero Moon Knight, I don't think he's going to be in it much. I have worries about that. I have worries that he's not going to be around. Like, they're not going to show him much.
I have a feeling we're not going to get a whole lot of Steve anymore.
You don't think?
I don't think.
I think we will. Oscar Isaac only signed on for 1 season, 6 episodes.
Okay.
He said he is very open to more episodes or films,
Pay me.
but he said he didn't want to be tied down with contracts and he couldn't do other stuff.
He wants to do more Poe.
Yes, a lot more Poe.
You know what? Give me a Poe and Finn. Give me a Poe, Finn, and Ray, like somewhere in the galaxy. I don't care.
I will say,
away from all the other assholes.
Yeah.
he's already better in the MCU than he was in previous Marvel-related movies.
What was he in?
Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh,
He was Apocalypse.
he was
wasn't
Apocalypse. Yes,
He was?
He? Yeah.
He absolutely hated that.
Yeah.
Everyone hated that.
He wasn't bad necessarily in Apocalypse, but it was just terrible and.
So he couldn't really act much.
Oh no!
He couldn't
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He was stuck in a costume or makeup
That took like 3 hours to put on and take off every day.
and he couldn't. And if he moved, it would like break it or ruin it.
He better have gotten paid a lot of money for that.
Not enough.
Jeez, that film was horrible. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed Midnight. I'm looking forward to the second episode, so that's at least positive. I watched second episode of Halo. Liked it a lot better. Liked it a lot better than the first episode. First episode was really cool with the action, like the action scene in the beginning.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. And that's
What did you think?
It was good. I mean, it was.
Did it look kind of cheap a little bit, some scenes, or the CGI, or I don't know, maybe the sets?
Maybe the sets. But
Okay. The second episode gets a lot better. The second episode, they expand. It's a lot less action, but they expand the universe. And I will say, like, the main character, I know he's trying to play like somebody without feelings right now because they took it out of him. The military, Blake knows that. They took it out of all feelings and caring. But, like, he wasn't good. Like, he's not a good actor in the first. At least, I hope that it's just the character he's playing. But he's not very good. But overall, I really enjoyed it.
He's good in other movies, like which one's
Who is it?
Pablo Schreiber?
Okay. I can look it up, see who's.
He was in what?
I don't know.
The one about Benghazi.
Den of Thieves, 13 Hours.
13 Hours. One about Benghazi.
American Gods. Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
He's
he
in
was.
Orange. Who is
yeah,
he?
he was the. He's the
Prison
guard.
bitch
He's
number
a prison
3.
guard
Oh, no.
with the mustache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the rumor is he's going to be the new Wolverine.
Okay, so maybe it's just the.
He should be the new Sabretooth.
Oh, just because his half brother was the old Sabretooth?
Yep.
Is he related?
Yeah.
To Leaf? Oh, okay. Oh, he was in Bubble Boy.
Who was he in Bubble Boy?
I'll get that for you.
The Moops.
Different Bubble Boy.
Oh.
Danny Trejo
This
was
is
in
the
that.
Jake Gyllenhaal Bubble Boy.
Oh.
Yes, Halo 2, or Halo the second episode, I really enjoyed it because they did expand the universe, and you're like, okay, the good guys aren't always good guys. They're not really good guys. The bad guys, there's other stories coming into it. I like the woman is part of the Covenant, the aliens and that.
Yeah.
And I like that. I will say the alien overlords, like the 3 guys hovering in chairs, they look dead on what they did in the video game. Cartoon, whatever it is. But overall, like I like the second episode a lot. I told my oldest, I was like, okay, now I'm kind of more vested in it. So we'll see. That's why we always say, how many? 3 episodes. So
Except for Hobie, give yourself 240 episodes to give us a try.
yes, at least. But start at 432 and give us 230 episodes.
Start at number 1.
No. Do not start at number 1.
Start at number 0.
Oh, it'll be released someday.
Do you still have it?
I think I do. We shall never speak of that one again.
Our Patreon followers can pay extra to get
Yes.
0.
Are we on Patreon?
Nope.
He is uncredited, or he's not listed on the cast of like 20 in Bubble Boy. That's not good.
Not listed. What?
Beetlejuice from Howard Stern show is listed, but not him.
Beetlejuice was more well known at the time.
Yes. I think he's dead now. He was in
I was gonna
Thumper.
say,
Yeah, he was in The Manchurian Candidate with Denzel.
Ooh. And his brother?
Yes. Oh yeah. And he was in First Man. Who got really good review. That got really good reviews.
The astronaut one? Okay.
Well, okay. Anything else anybody watched?
I watched Death on the Nile.
Oh, the sequel.
No,
No.
not a sequel.
Well,
Well, I guess it's in the same universe.
it's in the Agatha Christie universe.
Yeah.
Branagh.
It's the ACU.
the Hercule Peru.
You said the
universe.
ACLU?
No,
Wait,
the
they have their own universe?
No, the HPU.
HPU?
The Hercule Peru universe.
Yeah.
I like the ACU.
Yeah, the Agatha Christie
Oh,
universe.
right.
Let's do that.
Okay.
That way you can bring in Jane Marple, too.
There are so many options with this.
They're really hard.
No.
Yeah, where was Marple in Death on the Nile?
Not there.
She's in the other multiverse.
I don't think Jane Marple and Hercule Poirot ever, met in the books.
So it did not do. Let's just say this is the end of the ACU because it bombed. It did not do well. How was it?
That was all Armie Hammer's fault.
Was he in this one or the first one?
He was in this one.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed it, but I enjoy the stories anyway. I've read them already.
Oh, if you're interested, I think 40 going on 14 is this week recording their Death Death on the Nile episode.
Then and now.
Yeah.
Much better than their Fantasy Island episode.
That's because you ruined their...
It was awful.
You ruined those guys with your stank.
So, would you recommend watching it?
I would, but
Okay. I like the first. I like Murder on the Orient. Okay, sorry, not the first one.
I mean, the Orient Express?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to see another version of it, and then there were none.
That's my favorite Agatha Christie book.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be in the HPU, but would be in the ACU.
Yeah, it would be the ACU. Okay. But didn't we have a discussion about how all the actors in Death on the Nile was a publicist's nightmare? Wasn't that...
Well, there was two.
didn't we talk about it? Oh, no. It was a...
Because it was Armie Hammer, obviously.
with all the stars, there was
Gal
an article
Gadot.
talking about how a publicist was talking about this is a nightmare promotion.
Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Kenneth Branagh,
Yeah, Brandon.
Oscar
Academy
winner.
Award
Yep.
winner.
Annette Bening.
Sir?
Oh,
Sir?
Is he sir?
Is he a sir?
yeah, he is, sir.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Annette Bening. Oh, that bitch.
Wow.
Jeez.
I
Wow.
have no idea. I'm just kidding.
You saw her in Casino and said, fuck that lady.
I was going to say American Beauty.
That too.
Tom Bateman, Letitia Wright,
Letitia.
Letitia,
Wright.
who is getting some
Flack?
flack for a lot of her stuff for delaying the Black Panther film.
Yeah, she's one of the publicist
Yes.
nightmare parts, I think, of
Okay.
having.
Rose Leslie, Russell Brand. Oh, there you go,
nothing.
Russell Brand.
I actually enjoyed Russell Brand in this role.
Really? Ridley Scott. I don't think he's an actor in it though.
No, he's the producer.
Don French. Oh,
It was a Scott-free production.
no. So yeah, I was just trying to see Crispin Letts. He was a first officer. Man, he demanded a bigger role. Naomi Lynch was probably the biggest headache. She was a female porter, and let me tell you, when she's going to have a big role in the ACU if she keeps her head on
She
straight.
tried to pick up those bags and said, "Don't do that."
Yeah, I mean, whoa. Whoa. Do you want to see her backstory? Because I think there's a lot there. Definitely a lot there. Let's flesh this out in the ACU. She could
Female porter's
she could be like
backstory.
she could be like Agent Coulson. Just a backstory with the female porter. Okay. Anything else anybody watch?
That's your job,
Porters.
Jake. You need to start writing movies and backstories on the most
Mundane people.
mundane characters.
Okay, I can do that.
So then he would know what it's like to be a dungeon master.
I was going to say my first film I'm writing is about Blake.
I'm gonna write all about the NPCs.
You're right all about the NPCs that the party kills when they first meet them. You're like, fuck.
Have backstories on important ones, and everybody wants to know about the ones that. And there's a gnome sitting at the bar. Oh, I want to go talk to the gnome. His name is Winkle. Well, what's he doing? What's his story?
Just from that name alone, I want to know more about him. What's up with Winkle? I want to know what's Winkle. Have you guys started a new level, whatever you call it, D&D?
Campaign?
Yeah.
No.
It's in building process, yes.
My God. You're worse. You seriously are worse than that guy that did Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Whoa, man.
Saying.
I'm expecting at least to start these guys off in 4 weeks, not 14,
Okay.
not 14 years.
Okay. I've heard that before, George.
Wiener,
Take it back.
floppy wiener.
Nope, not taking it back. You're just upset because we beat it. Let's see here. Blake, you opened up these Oreo hops.
I didn't open it up. I wanted to, but Jim opened it up.
Okay. These are pretty good. They're like regular Oreos.
They're regular Oreos with green
They're-
cream.
They're like double stuff.
Yeah.
They're Oreo hippity hops. 5 Easter design green colored cream. Same
Made from real
taste.
bunnies.
Man, I forgot to look at the outer of the cookie to see what the designs were.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I
been
just
eating
ate them.
Mine looked like an egg.
Mine was a bunny.
A decorated egg.
Let me look at one now.
It's kind of nice after all these weeks and weeks and weeks of different Oreo flavors, just get the regular. It's kind of nice.
I got the regular at home.
Oh. Let's see here. You know what, Jim?
I want to thank our former intern, Hackney, for bringing these in.
Yeah. Maybe one day he could get a floppy too. Well, he does have one, but not as good as Canadian of the Year.
Well, are we expecting Brian back since we have Juan coming in next week?
I don't know.
Are we giving Brian a promotion?
Oh, no. That's not happening. He's got to be here for at least 500 episodes. So
now the question is,
Yeah.
does Juan come in at a higher seniority than Brian, or does Brian have someone to boss around?
Oh, no, he's Brian's boss.
Okay.
So Brian can boss around the fax machine, and intern Gary is on the same level as him. So it's a very complicated org structure over there with the interns.
Brian is always due to be promoted next week.
Yes.
But the thing is, when next week comes, he's always due to be promoted
Next
week.
Next week never comes.
The problem is he was supposed to be
No, it comes. It's next week.
It's always next week.
Yeah.
he was supposed to be promoted this week and he didn't show. So that's a lack of effort right there. I mean, we're gonna have to look at it again next week then.
I gotta go boop noses.
Is that your Brian impression?
Yep.
Jim, do you know we have a Hobie code that you can save up to 20% off fine made items and geek stuff? Did you know that?
Was that at Untidy Venus?
It is at Untidy Venus on Etsy.com. Use Hobie Pod, save up to 20% off her handmade creations. She is the magnet maker for Hobie for the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Etsy.
Etsy.
Or if you're actually in Utah, can you stop and visit her store?
You can visit her store. Damn it, I don't have what it's at now, but you can stop.
It's in Utah.
Yeah, it's only the one town.
You have to ring the tabernacle bell to get in.
So after last week of talking about Utah and not knowing anything about it,
In golden shekels.
I think Steve and Izzy are coming on next week to tell us about Utah. So just let everybody know.
I don't want to be educated. I want to stay ignorant.
Yeah.
That's the American way of life.
That's
America.
the couple that sat next to me in the restaurant doing the trivia challenges. Name a French general born on the island of Corsica. I don't know who that would be. I'm like, there's only one French general anybody knows.
Think of all the French generals that you know.
Think of
Lafayette.
all of them.
Leonardo.
No, that's a turtle.
Lafayette, a general, is he an admiral?
My bad.
Hey, did you know that?
Lafayette was a general in the American Army.
Yeah. Did you know the first Harley Davidson motorcycle was made in 1803?
Is it?
Well, according to them, that was true.
I don't think they have motors then.
Yes, it was sail powered.
Then that wouldn't be a motorcycle.
Dude, you understand what I was going through sitting next to him. That's not it.
Was it okay? Did you beat them at least in trivia?
No, I just kept my mouth shut and I just drank my beer and ate my chicken wings. That was it.
Halfway through, Blake's like, give me that thing. Give me that.
I almost just wanted to start blurting out answers for him.
Thank goodness Jeff wasn't there to slap them. You are doing a bad name for anybody that ever does trivia.
Blake just starts having Tourette's behind them. Napoleon!
Napoleon.
Okay, we had a poll of the week this week.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. WrestleMania was this week. Shut up, Brian.
I mean, we have polls, but we have polls of the week.
You just told Brian to shut up and he's not even here.
Yeah, Brian. Hey, Billy, shut up. What is your favorite Steve Austin WrestleMania moment / match? After Steve Austin came back this week after 17 years and beat up Kevin Owens in a no-holds-barred match, the next night he killed a 76-year-old man named Vince McMahon and...
Wished he did.
He kicked him, but, yes, it's fake, shut up. And Vince couldn't gather himself and was falling against ropes. It was the most awkward stunner you've ever seen.
So he didn't actually get the stunner off?
He did, if you call it that. Anyways, Steve...
Did he rupture both his
quads?
quads?
No. He may have. I do like how...
That could be a spoiler on our top 5 list.
It could be. Steve Austin's been away for 17 years and is still more over than everybody on that roster. It's unbelievable. And can still do a better promo than most of them, too. Options were Bloodbath versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. Teaming with Tyson at WrestleMania 14. Oh. Versus The Rock trilogy. It was a great 3 matches that they had at WrestleMania. And joining Mr. McMahon at WrestleMania 17 when he turned heel against The Rock. The winner, last place, teaming with Tyson at WrestleMania 14 when he ripped off his shirt and he wasn't DX.
I thought you were going to say ripped off his ear. Whew.
No. Third place, joining Mr. McMahon at WrestleMania 17. Did not work. Let's see here. And winning 30% to 10%, winning 45% to 30%. The Rock trilogy beat the Bloodbath versus Bret Hart. The Bret Hart match was amazing. Austin and Bret Hart changed roles.
My favorite moment wasn't on the list.
Which one was that?
When he did the stunner to that former football player.
Lawrence Taylor?
No.
Dante Culpepper?
Nope.
Who?
Lyle Alzado?
Nope.
Goldberg?
No.
That big rock guy?
Well, he just did it Sunday. Come on. Jeez.
He did?
Did you not watch?
No. I didn't watch.
Oh. You're right.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Oh, okay. You said football. He's a punter.
Oh, the punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
He
football
wrestled.
player.
He had a good match, supposedly. I was watching some of the highlights.
The highlight was when Stone Cold stunned him.
I like his beard coming out.
Yeah.
He did a good job with
He
that.
did a good job selling the being stunned and the...
And McAfee supposedly has a pretty good podcast people like listening to.
Hey.
McAfee's got a great podcast, or you can watch the video version of it on YouTube.
Yeah. He has some good Peyton Manning stories, too.
Oh, sure he does. Now, he was a frequent guest on the Bob and Tom Show, which is morning radio out of Indianapolis.
Still the Bob and Tom show, but I don't think Bob or Tom is on it.
No, Tom's still on it.
Oh, okay.
Bob is not.
They still own the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
It's easier to just keep Bob's name on it than it is to rebrand.
You keep Bob out of your fucking mouth. Sorry. Still a little feisty about him.
You're right.
Bob or Bob's name?
Whatever.
You're right. It doesn't sound as exciting when it says the Tom Show. You're like, all right, whatever. But you go Bob and Tom. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Keep Bob out of your mouth, too.
Can I mention Chick McGee?
No.
Is he still alive?
Yeah,
Chick McGee? Is he still on the show?
Chick's still on the show. Christine Lee's still on the show.
Really? Christy Lee's still on?
Yeah.
Christy, yeah. She left once and then came back, 6 months later?
Yeah.
Did you see, speaking of radio shows, WKRP in Cincinnati, that 2 of the stars of it are doing like a rewatch of it, and they're doing a podcast. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but like, who's listening to that? WKRP is like...
And
it's
people
a called follow,
and
but
people older than us probably don't even know what a podcast is or how to access it.
I'm going through my brain trying to think who's left.
Gary Sandy?
And he's been out of show business for almost since WKRP went off the air.
he's the biggest star in the world.
I mean, Tim Reed
In the world.
and
I was a star.
I got
Dan
it here.
Smithers is even
Got
out.
it here. A week by week, episode by episode rewatch podcast. Let's see here. All 80 hosted by husband and wife Alan and Donna Stair.
Oh, that's not...
Wait a minute, they're not even in the show? Alan started in radio at age 15 in 1980 when he walked into His first radio station.
Oh, they're real life DJs.
What? Oh, that's dumb.
It's not stars of the show.
That's
We're not gonna listen to it then.
If you want to watch or listen to a podcast of stars of the show doing a week by week,
The Office?
do the Office ladies.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah, what the hell's up with
Angela
that?
and Pam.
That's dumb. It's dumb. I don't like that. How dare you? Anyways, Blake.
No, I have no problem with people watching it and doing a week by week discussion, but
Okay, I got my hopes up there for a second. Now, if they did the new WKRP in Cincinnati, then they would have
they
my
got to
respect.
continue on doing both, right?
Correct. They have to. I would think so, right?
Well, I mean, then you would get great performances by the likes of French Stewart and Tawny Katane
All from the minds of French Stewart.
and Michael DeBar, all those great guys.
Remember when they kept bringing
Michael
back...
T. Williamson was in...
Remember when they kept bringing back everybody from the old show?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this isn't working. Hey, you come on back.
Hey, Lonnie, come back for an episode or two.
I don't know. I'm pretty busy. What are you doing, Lonnie? I don't know.
Wow.
That was my Lonnie. It actually wasn't the worst.
Oh, it wasn't Lonnie.
Yes, it was.
I mean,
Hold on.
Lonnie Anderson is a very intelligent person.
Let me do my.
She
Played
wasn't
a very intelligent character.
Yeah, she was like the highest paid person at the radio,
Yeah.
and she did nothing.
Let
Every
me
time they asked her, she just walked away.
let me do my Burt Reynolds impersonation. I don't get it.
Lonnie or Bert, you're so funny.
I won't say she did
don't get it.
nothing. She was the receptionist, so she received.
Oh yeah, she talked to you when they came in. Can you give me coffee?
No.
No.
I need you to type this up. Nope.
How you doing down there, Bert?
You know, she got all the press, but I actually think the old what's her name was actually hotter than Lonnie.
Jane Smithers.
Yeah.
I thought Howard Hessman was hotter.
When the episode when Herb was hitting on her, his wife was out of town, so they're like, and he keeps hitting on like
Jennifer,
and they agreed just to give him what he wants.
She agrees to go on a date with him.
So yeah, we just did a podcast about WKRP. I will say Gordon Jump was a hot man. Man, was he hot. Oh, God.
Except when he was in Different Strokes. That was
We
Oh,
don't talk
a very
about
special.
we don't
the very special episode. Of
We don't
Different
talk about
Strokes.
different strokes anymore.
Todd Bridges not let us.
Blake, why don't you do some listener feedback?
All right, that sound is time for the bomb listener feedback, sponsored by Elon Musk. Please buy shares of Hobie. Make us rich.
I did see somebody tweeted out when all Twitter users find out that an African American bought almost 10% of Twitter. Elon Musk is African American.
Uh-huh.
And people can go crazy because they're racist.
Anyways, moving on. Top five.
All right. We're going to stay. You know, I'm sick of reading this guy because every week he tries to slide this shit in, and he does it on purpose.
Let's say
And
charcuterie.
I'm almost
Number one fan?
Almost
No,
wanting to
it's not
dodge this
charcuterie.
question.
I think we can skip it this week.
What is Megan's? This is from
No,
number one
it-
fan Doug. What is Megan's take on the Smith Rock incident?
We don't care. Next.
Wow, you got that finger on the
yeah! Thank you, Jeff.
What incident?
the Smith Rock incident.
Oh, okay.
If you smell la 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 la,
But
The
it was
Rock
somebody's
is
specific
cooking.
take on the Smith.
That's what I'm doing. The
incident.
Rock. You're Will Smith. Hey, you want to do?
Will
You want
Smith or some other Smith?
Sam Smith, the singer. Hey, Sam, you want to sing with me? I'm The Rock.
No, I don't want to be Sam Smith.
Oh, Jonah Smith.
How about
Jonah Salk. That's Jonah Salk. You want me Jonah Salk?
Kurt Smith?
Who's Kurt Smith?
Kurtwood Smith?
Or
No, wait.
Kurt Smith.
How about Steve Smith, the receiver?
Tears and Fears.
Oh, Tears for Fears. Yeah, okay. Is it Smith? I don't remember.
Give me a
I
song.
think
What do you
Kurt
sing?
Smith.
Tears for Fears,
Or
Smith.
how about the Smith?
No, we hate the Smiths.
wants to rule the
World. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Dun, dun.
I'm glad Jason misread that sentence because there's one key word in there that's.
If you smell what I make.
Okay, what's next?
Next one's from Canadians of the Year, but we'll save that one for next week when the intern's in.
Well, supposedly.
Skipping to Randall Holt. Yeah, when he's promoted next week.
Yes.
Randall Holt, do you think we're finally seeing the Marvel movie Overload? I don't know. Is there I haven't seen Overload. Is that a new universe?
It's in an alternate timeline. It's in the ACU.
Oh, it says, are people getting bored with Marvel stuff?
No, I just don't think Morbius is a big draw.
Well, it is this week. Next week, not so much.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just getting bored with Sony's Marvel. How about that?
Oh, we're definitely getting bored with that. But I mean, obviously, the Eternals didn't strike a chord with most of the movie going public.
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
It was well done.
I really enjoyed it. I just think it would have worked better as a show.
On its own.
Yeah. I mean, you can tie it in with the MCU, but it was 2.5 hours long and felt kind of rushed through the storyline. It's a storyline that felt more episodic, and, you know, I think it would have done a television show really well.
Do you think it's because they had too many characters? Introducing too many characters?
I don't think it was. I mean, it would have been better to get to know some of them a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, but from a non-Marvel expert, here's these Eternals that are here to protect Earth from horrible stuff, but they were around when Thanos was there, and, well, they didn't do anything there. And
They explained it.
Yeah, so
I
you
know that
didn't
they
watch the
explained
movie.
it in the movie, but you're still going to let them fucking kill half the population?
That's not their. You need to watch the movie
Well,
if you're
then
going to
they need to
complain
get a new
about it.
job. Why are they protecting?
So they need a job?
Yeah, get a new job. They're
It's
obviously
completely
sucking at this
explained
one.
in the movie.
They're supposed to protect the Earth.
So their yearly evaluation did not go well that year.
Correct.
Ma'am, you did not stop Thanos. We're not going to give you a raise this year.
That's right.
Was Lockjaw?
0%.
Nope, that's Immortals. I was thinking it was the reboot of the Immortals.
Yeah, Lockjaw is the
Dog from
Inhumans.
Inhumans, that's what it is, sorry. I used to always get those two like confused, like in the comic books. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
What about Lockheed?
No, but Loki. Who's Lockheed?
Lockheed is Kitty Pryde's dragon.
It was also Lockheed was also in.
In the movies?
Yeah.
It wasn't Kitty Pryde's dragon in the movies. It was Magic's dragon.
What movies? The X-Men?
The New Mutants.
New Mutants.
Oh, okay. I didn't see New Mutants.
I'd
Is that
still
on Disney
recommend seeing
Plus?
it. I
I think it is, actually.
think it is.
Jason, you should
I
watch
don't
that.
remember.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not opposed to it.
Just watch anything that Anna Taylor-Joy's in.
Ooh.
She's good.
I hear she's going to be in this movie that has a great movie poster.
Oh, yes. We'll get to that in News of the Geek. What else we got?
Next, from Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Per a tweet online, who is the best sports movie villain? Sports movie villain.
I would say the
Forgot her name.
Major League.
Yes.
The owner of the Major League.
Owner of the Indians and Major
Yeah.
League?
Rachel Phelps.
Yeah.
Rachel Phelps.
That's my vote.
Or could it be the
Eddie Martell.
Eddie Murtaugh? Could
Oh,
it be
from Replacements.
Oh,
Could it-
I'm like, that's why I don't know what that is.
Could it be the coach of the Yankees from the original Bad News Bears?
Ooh, Vic Morrow.
Vic Morrow.
I think it's Rachel
He
Phelps.
slapped his son right there on the field.
Yeah, but that's
man.
only one kid. Rachel Phelps is trying to move a whole team.
Vic Morrow is a good. That's a good one. The coach of the Yankees.
The original Bad News Bears, not the remake.
Oh, duh.
What about the guy in Major League that tried to throw out his own son in a father-son game? The pitcher. That wasn't a good guy either.
Now, Clu Hayward was the hitter.
Yeah. If you hit it, you could name it.
Jack Parkman in Major League 2.
Oh, yeah.
Parkman.
A poor man's version.
Parkman. That shimmy makes all the women in Cleveland excited. Oh, that shimmy makes all the women in Cleveland vomit.
I think Rachel Phelps, I like that one. Anyone else?
Oh, let's see other sports movies.
I guess the intern isn't here to say it, so Yvonne Drago.
Oh, yes.
It's about a sport.
Was he really a villain, though? I mean, he was a product of his environment and upbringing.
If that's then we got to go to Bloodsport and go with I forget the guy's name, the actor.
I don't remember who the villain was in that.
That one guy that kicked him?
The massive Asian guy who was always played a bad guy and.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you some here.
Yeah, he was also in Big Trouble in Little China, wasn't he?
He was also.
He's one of the three storms?
And he was also in Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
And you actually talk to him and all that people that worked with him, they actually say he's probably the nicest guy on set. They just love him, and he comes in and he plays like the big mean guy.
Dallas Carter High School in Friday Night Lights. Let's see here.
Entire high school.
Jesus from The Big Lebowski. This is from...
He wasn't a villain.
This is from SI.com.
Jesus was great.
That's right.
Let's see
He
here.
wasn't a bad guy.
And it's not Jesus, it's the Jesus.
He wasn't like some nihilist.
Yeah, that's true. Why did I call him Jesus? It's the Jesus.
Hey,
Ogie Oglethorpe from Slapshot.
oh, yeah.
Rachel Phelps. Chung Lee is Bloodsport.
Yes.
There you go. Let's see here.
Played by Bolo Yang.
Okay. Here's one from SI. The Great Depression and Cinderella Man. The actual Great Depression. John Kreese from The Karate Kid.
Kreese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but again, he's a result of life experiences that taught him to be that.
Clubber Lang from Rocky 3.
Again, he's a result
again,
of life
Clubber
experience.
Lang.
White Goodman from Dodgeball.
Oh, he was just
Yeah,
evil.
he is evil. Yeah.
That corner chair in $1 Million Baby.
She had it coming. Bud
Actually, I might say her mother in $1 Million Baby.
Bud Kilmer from Varsity Blues.
I don't want your life.
Roy Turner from Bad News Bears.
Yep.
Let's see here. Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid, which we've learned is not
He
true.
was the hero.
He's the good guy. Just ask.
There you go.
Judge Smalls from
Daniel
Caddyshack.
LaRusso.
Judge Smalls from Caddyshack. I didn't want to put him to death. Sorry. Oh, dude.
Owed it to him.
Let's see here. Ernie Big Earn McCracken from Kingpin.
Ernie McCracken's a really good
He
one.
is a good villain.
Shooter McGavin. Ate shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Oh, number 2 on Sports Illustrated. Cancer from Brian's Song. Ouch! And Ivan Drago's their number 1.
And the Hunters from Bambi.
Nah, I was rooting for the Hunters in that one. That's a horrible cartoon. Let's see
Fire
here.
from Watership Down.
Some close but not evil enough Chaz Osborne from Back to School. Warden Hazen from The Longest Yard. Clue Haywood from Major League. And Kevin O'Shea from Little Giants. There you go. The whole movie of
Not a good movie.
the little kid from Jerry Maguire too. I don't know. That fucking kid, Johnny Limpy.
Everything from Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, that's the Will Ferrell one.
Yes.
Oh God, that movie was awful.
Yes, it was.
God. So there you go.
Who was the quarterback from the other fraternity in Revenge of the Nerds? What about him?
Stan Gable.
Dan Gable. That really, I guess it was athletics because you had the entire.
Yeah, they had the Olympic.
I mean, Shooter McGavin did buy Happy's house, though.
His grandma's house.
Grandma's house, yeah. I don't know. I'm going Rachel Phelps or Shooter McGavin. Bud Kilmer might be up there, too, from Varsity Blues. That guy was not a good man.
Or anything that Donald Gibb did.
In what?
Donald Gibb. Everything.
In everything?
Yes.
Just everything? Wow. What else we got
Who's
there?
Donald Gibb?
Ogre.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was also in Bloodsport.
He was, yeah,
he was great in Bloodsport.
he was pretty much in everything in 1980s.
Well, Ogre did become a Tri-Lambda pledge eventually.
He did. Was
He
that
did
the
turn
third
good
one?
guy.
or-
Oh, they
I
made a
thought
third
it was
Revenge of the Nerds?
sequel.
Oh, was the second one?
They
made
made-
like 4 of them. I think.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, they
unfortunately.
did. Yeah.
Oh, like-
1, 2 was down in on spring break, and that's when all the jocks turned on Ogre
Ogre.
because
Oh,
they
so-
left him on the island when they were the national charter, and then because he was going to tell, he was so proud that they fooled all the nerds, so he was going to tell everybody, so they left him on the island with the nerds.
Well, in the ROTN universe, let's see here.
The ROTN universe.
We have Revenge of the Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds 2, Revenge of the Nerds 3, which is I can't even see. The Next Generation.
And then you had the
God.
wedding.
No, that's American Pie.
No, there was it was a
Nerds in Love.
Okay.
Revenge of the Nerds 4, 1994. You know, whenever you have to name your next sequel The Next Generation, that's a bad sign, right?
Well, we just
Not
lost some
good.
more Star Trek fans.
What else you got, Blake? Finish us up.
Finishing it up.
Wait. So, what year did the Revenge of the Nerds: The Next Generation come out?
92.
What year did Star
original?
Trek?
Oh wait.
Star Trek: The Next Generation was 90. Oh no, that came out in like 88.
Let's see here. 87.
Okay.
It ended in 94 when Nerds in Love came out. That's just, it shows it right
So
there.
did Star Trek sue Revenge of the Nerds?
Yeah, because Revenge of the Nerds did The Next Generation better than Star Trek did.
I'm confused though. Like Revenge of the Nerds: Next Generation was 9 years after the first Revenge of the Nerds.
8. It was 8 years, yeah.
That's not really a new generation.
Well,
That's
in
just
college years.
later in the same generation.
A rich alumnus joins forces with a former jock, Dean Gable, in a nefarious plot to overthrow nerd-controlled Adams College. It's a $2 million budget.
I'm impressed that Stan Gable was able to become a
Dean.
that quick.
Booger and Lewis are both in it.
Yes.
And Ted McGinley. Yeah,
Well, he's Stan Gable.
yeah, correct. Anything else we got, Blake? What do we got?
I'll tell you what.
James Cromwell's in it.
Yeah, James Cromwell is Lewis's dad.
Yeah, but and Morton Downey Jr.
Oh, that's right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What other podcasts can get this wealth of knowledge? I mean, Jason's reading shit from his phone. Jim's calling it off the top of his fucking head.
She Might Bride.
Yeah, he's in really bad sequels.
Oh, time out. Speaking of Charlie McBride, he's in How We Roll, the new comedy, the sitcom with Pete Holmes.
Oh, I haven't heard of this.
So it's based on a true story.
True
Tom
story.
Kiteman, something like that, who's a professional bowler who quit his job and became a PGA bowler. And
I think most PGA bowlers quit whatever job they had when they are good enough to be a PGA bowler.
so it's based on his life.
I'm trying to, but I'm not good enough yet.
Let me tell you, you could probably write a sitcom better than this. I like Pete Holmes a lot. And it's not good.
So he doesn't do his X-Men bit in this?
No, I was waiting the whole time for him to be Professor X.
That is one of my favorite.
Wolverine. What are you made of? Metal. Who's our number one villain? Magneto. What's his power? He can bend stuff with metal?
What are your bones made of?
But I got a motorcycle.
And what's that made of?
Tubes.
Tubes.
Like
That was my favorite answer.
A motorcycle's made of tubes?
You're fired.
but I can run at him. But you're made of metal. Go watch X-Men, EXMAN, Pete Holmes. But yeah, How We Roll.
That was a great
And then
skit.
watch the
Batman.
the bad man.
Yes.
His Batman
His sketch comedy show wasn't bad at all.
Pete Holmes show.
Yeah. But yeah, this sitcom, we've one episode in, and I'm like, oh, it's a very 80s type, early 90s type throwback, which is fine, but like, it's not good.
gotta
I'm hoping it gets better.
We got to give it
3 episodes.
2 more episodes.
I got 2 more episodes. So, and finish this up, Blake. What do we got from Professor Number 1?
All right, I've been trying to finish this up in 10 minutes.
I'm
10
sorry.
minutes ago.
I'm talking about throwback movies, and we had to talk about because Jason knows all about this when he reads it
Yes.
off his phone.
But you have it all memorized. It's like seared into your brain.
I watch a lot of shit.
This Gummy's Lifesaver doesn't have a hole in it. Sorry.
That's what she said.
Squeeze it and then the hole will show.
That's what she said. Nope. Anyways, go ahead.
I was going to make a really
No.
bad joke.
We're not editing. We hit our editing quota for the
but
year.
I like your wife too much. Okay.
Oh.
Now I think we need to edit that comment.
Wow. Yeah, I don't want anyone to know
What
Blake
did I
likes
say?
my wife.
Hold on, let me rephrase that. I respect her.
Okay.
Professor number 1 at Doctor number 1. Is Chris Rock a baldist?
Yes.
You know who else is? Will Smith.
He made a joke about bald people.
He did.
Back
and then
on
said,
the Arsenio Hall show.
yeah, and then said, "Come on, it's just a joke," as his defense for the bad joke.
And to his defense, after he slapped him, he said, "Come on, it's just a slap."
Come on, it's just a slap. I didn't punch him.
Yeah.
Do you know why Will Smith's like this? It's because
He was picked on the playground.
I was going to say because his dad wasn't there for him.
It's true.
In the show.
But you would think Uncle Phil would have taught him better.
I mean, Uncle Phil hugged him.
He did. He did hug him. You are my son.
That was a pretty moving.
It was, and kind of off the cuff, they said.
But he probably learned violence from... he probably learned...
I don't get it.
He probably learned violence from Uncle Phil because he kept throwing Jazzy Jeff out.
My favorite story on that is that you'll see that he wore the same shirt every time he got thrown out.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, they just repeated the...
Because, like, the first couple of takes, it took, like, 30 takes for him to do it.
Yeah.
And they're really, like, he's got to jump, and they do it, and so he's landing on the little mat that's in the hall, but he got bruised up so bad, they're like, we're going to do this. He's like, no. So he's like, I'm not going to be thrown again. So he'd wear the same shirt. They did, and they just cut to the
So anytime they were going to throw him, he had to be wearing the same
shirt.
Well, we got something exciting this week. We haven't done this in a long time.
Eat some Milo Top Reese's.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to be open.
I've been staring at them for, an hour now.
Well, let's do it. Okay, so we are eating the Reese's marshmallow top things. They smell good.
That's because they smell like Reese cups.
Do love Reese's cups. I should have put them in the fridge.
No, I like them room temperature.
No.
God,
I'm eating them cold.
No, because the cold mutes the flavor.
Really don't taste the marshmallow. A little bit.
Smells peanut butter.
I taste the peanut butter.
Which is a little bit vanilla flavor. Like, behind it, you get a little bit of the marshmallow flavor behind it. But the peanut butter is kind of the
overpowering
dominant flavor.
Yeah.
Very dominant peanut butter.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'm going to turn it upside down so that part will actually be what touches the tongue.
Okay.
It's a Reese's.
Yeah. I'm not too impressed. I mean, it's still good, but because it's a Reese's. I need a gummy lightsaber to get out of that. I can't have chocolate in my mouth after a while. I'm not a huge chocolate fan to begin with, except Reese's.
But that's what you just ate.
Yeah, but I can't have it lingering in my mouth. Oh, God, no. That's why I need it cold. I'm not too impressed. It's fine. Jim, anything?
I like regular Reese's Cups better. The marshmallow flavoring that you do get.
Doesn't add much.
No, even the hint when you can find it, it does. Yeah, I think it's more
It tastes like
distracting.
a cheap white chocolate.
Yeah, that might be good. Okay.
Although I always think the Reese miniatures have the better peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
I don't like those. I don't like those at
Those
all.
are the best. Because these are like mostly peanut butter with a little bit of chocolate. I like it when it's closer to a 50-50 mix.
So, there you go, Blake. Sorry to disappoint you. Have some garlic parmesan.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I like the peanut butter.
Yeah, I like peanut butter. We have a category we haven't had in like 200 episodes. Doug was here, he would be able to tell us. Rank 'em. I guess it's a rank 'em. Dana Gardens.
Is it really a rank 'em?
Well, they're saying it is, so we're doing it. I found this on Twitter from Jim Vaharvodo. So, Hobie, list your favorite non-Batman movie starring an actor who played Batman. First off, if you're in Cincinnati, go to Dana Gardens. They have the best bartenders around. We have Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson. So, your favorite non-Batman movie starring an actor who played Batman.
Yeah.
I did some research on this one. We'll start with Michael Keaton. Jim, you go last, since you're looking it up now. Jeff, what is your... Yes, Michael Keaton.
Birdman.
Oh, okay. Blake?
Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom was a close second for me. I had Spider-Man Cold and Homecoming when he played a Birdman, Fulcher, in it. I thought that was a really good role for him.
He was great in it, I will agree.
Are we recording?
Yes, we are recording. And Blake mentioning Mr. Mom, I just have to point out that one of those Mr. Mom actors alum is one of the main members of Critical Role.
Cool.
Martin Mull?
No.
Oh.
Taliesin Jaffe played the 5-year-old kid with
Really?
the Lobby.
Oh, wow.
Marty Molson. I was going to say he's in Clue.
Yeah, he is.
Can I shave the mustache off? What do you got, Jim? What's your favorite?
I will go with The Other Guys.
The Other Guys. Which one is that?
That is
The one about the other guys.
Gotcha.
Not
Thank
about these guys.
you. The Other Guys.
The other guy.
the cops, Will Ferrell. And
Oh, yeah.
he played the captain.
Okay. Next is Val Kilmer. Island of Dr. Moreau, anybody?
I know that's not even your answer. There's one answer for
There's
this.
one answer for this.
Tombstone.
Or Real Genius.
Or Top Secret.
Oh, Top Secret would be a good one
yes.
too. But Tombstone
Is that yours?
So good.
Or The Doors.
Eh.
I had to Hobie that shit. Yeah,
So you
they're
did all them?
They're all there.
Okay.
Top Secret, very underrated movie.
I think Real Genius is underrated too.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
But
That is
Tombstone's
not
the right
Mel
answer.
Torme.
Yes, I'll be a potato.
Jeff, you're so drunk you're seeing two of me.
I know a little German.
Got
He's
one for
sitting
both.
over there.
No, I got one for both of you.
It's the Anal Intruder 2000. Unfortunately, I did not know. We are on 220 volt electricity here.
George Clooney. This is a tough one.
Is
Oh,
there
brother,
one?
where art thou?
I had to think about it. Oh, yeah, that was good because I went with Mothman Prophecies.
I didn't know he
That's
was in
Richard
that.
Gere.
I know.
You didn't go with Tomorrowland?
Oh, it was a close 10th. Let's see. I did Ocean's 11 because I really enjoy that film. I get Shawshanked into that one, and I tied it. I hobied it with Up in the Air when he goes around laying people off. That's his job.
I
Really
haven't
good.
seen that one.
That's one of my favorites. Not as good as Mothman Prophecies. What you got, Jim?
I am going to go with where is it?
Chicago Hope.
No, the Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, that was a good one.
Okay. We got Christian Bale. Go ahead, Jeff.
What?
Inception.
Was Christian Bale in Inception?
American Psycho?
Wasn't he? What's Inception?
Newsies.
No.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hey, Leo. Never mind. Not Christian Bale.
Oh, geez.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like, go ahead. It's like I kind of actually had
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yes. Titanic is my favorite Christian Bale film.
This one I did Hobie. I
Okay.
had two, and I couldn't decide.
Okay.
It was between The Big Short
Okay.
and I guess another Christopher Nolan movie, The Prestige.
That was mine, is The Prestige, the magician that he played. Jim, what you got?
I would go with the Prestige, but I also think it props for The Fighter
Oh.
and American Hustle.
Okay.
He had the exact opposite body types in those two movies.
Yeah.
Well, not like The Machinist.
Was it The Machinist and Vice?
Oh yeah, he had to gain weight for
Batman.
for
American Hustle.
Hustle.
But not as much weight as he gained for Vice.
The Machinist, he was down to what, like 90 pounds.
And then he did Batman right after that, they said. And they said, and his doctor said never do that again, like go from one extreme to the other.
Because he was down to like 130 or some of that from The Fighter when he was playing the druggie.
Alleged.
Well, my
No, there's no legend about that.
my Christian Bale one, his body type can't be topped.
Okay.
I'm going the deep cut. Empire of the Sun.
Oh.
I would say Newsies.
Ben Affleck.
He was the toughest one to pick.
He has a lot of good ones.
No, he doesn't have that many good ones.
It was either Geely.
I was thinking of what Kevin Smith movie was I going to pick, but then I
Yeah.
decided, even though I didn't particularly think Ben was good in the movie, I picked Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
I have GWH written down.
We don't get that franchise universe.
Will
That's a shame. I got Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy, one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah, if you're going with the Kevin movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is favorite, right?
And if not, fine, I'm going Daredevil. I really love Daredevil.
There you go. Okay.
Jim?
Gone Girl, The Town, or The Last Duel. Not Extract.
Extract?
There was one I'm trying to find.
Argo.
Affleck.
No, Argo.
Mallrats.
Dick from Fashionable Male.
Ugh. Back of a Volkswagen? Okay.
It's not Pearl Harbor.
Oh, Pearl Harbor.
Is it the Revenge of Bob, Silent Bob, and
Oh,
Jay and
geez.
Silent Bob
Bob?
Strike Back.
yeah.
Boiler Room.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Boiler Room was good.
Let's see here. Robert Pattinson. This is the most difficult one. I've never only seen one Robert Pattinson. Two. Twilight, and that was on a plane to Seattle, and I was stuck, and I wanted to jump out of the plane. And two, the other one that I watched with my wife,
Batman. Oh.
Water for Elephants. So that's my number one.
I'm about to say it should be the easy one to pick because you only had two to pick from.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It was not going to be Twilight.
No. And I still want to see The Lighthouse, but I have not seen it, so I couldn't pick it.
So what'd you pick?
I picked Tenet.
Never seen Tenet. What about you?
It was close between Tenet and Lighthouse, but yeah, I went Tenet.
Jim?
I'll just be different. I'll say The King.
Okay. Did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Water for Elephants gets a prop there. Never going to happen again. Let's see here.
Is that better than like Water for Chocolate?
I like Water for
And
Chocolate.
then, yeah,
Or which one's better?
Water for Chocolate.
Then Harry Potter.
Yeah, he was in one of them.
No, that was the worst Harry Potter movie of the franchise. That he
Order
was
of the
in.
Phoenix.
But he wasn't.
Well, he was in. He didn't even make it to the Order of the
No,
Phoenix. He was dead before
it was
that.
the try. It was the
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Goblet of Fire.
Unless was he in earlier ones, or they
he
just
might have been in. They showed him before,
like
but
introduces character.
When I looked online, it was only Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
It was only Goblet. The HP universe, which actually has a universe as opposed to some of the other ones. Not as good as the ROTN universe, though. I wonder which one has more. American Pie has to have more. Yeah, American Pie has more.
Oh yeah, because I think they've got
Beta House.
They got 3 American Pies, and then or was American Wedding the third one?
The American Wedding.
So 3 American Pie 2, American Wedding, plus there's at least
American
4,
Reunion.
Oh, the American Reunion of the main
Beta
stars.
House, Naked Mile.
Yeah, and then there's at least 4 American Pie Presents movies.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
With Eugene Levy as the only factor.
I
with
just
those.
need. They backed up a dump truck of money. I'm only human. It's okay, Eugene. We'll let you go. You got it.
You'd figure they'd at least get Stifler's mom to show up. Jennifer
You would think.
Coolidge will take a dump truck of money.
I mean,
I'm
wasn't
going to say a
that,
bullet for him.
wasn't that one of the straight-to-video American Pie presents
Yes.
Stifler's mom?
Yes. That was on AV. Never mind.
It ruined Eugene Levy's career. He hasn't done anything good since then.
That's true.
Thank
That's
God
true.
Schitt's Creek came along.
That's what I was hinting at.
The only reason that was any good is because his son was in it.
Jeff, give me some news of the geek.
News of the Geek.
That was pretty good.
Per comic book movie. We've heard this before several times, but a reboot of The Crow is now in development and has actually been in pre-production for quite a while. That's not good if it's in pre-production for a long time. Cameras are scheduled to roll in June. Don't believe it. Hollywood Reporter reports that IT actor Bill Skarsgård will take on the lead role of Eric Draven, with Snow White and the Huntsman and Ghost in the Shell director Rupert Sanders behind the camera. That's not good.
So they're getting Pennywise to play Eric Draven?
Yeah. He's actually, that's the face paint he's going to use, the Pennywise.
And Kristen Stewart's director.
Oh.
You mean Christian Stewart's, what do you call it?
X?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, she wasn't cheating.
Robert Pattinson's Homewrecker?
Fling.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Christian Stewart's fling, that the home she wrecked.
Yeah.
Takes 2 to tango. James O'Barr's iconic comic series focused on a man named Eric Draven, who, along with his fiancée, is brutally murdered by a gang of thugs. 1 year later, he is resurrected by a mystical force in the form of a crow, sets out to exact his vengeance.
You know what would be better?
Anything?
Is if in the remake here, the crow resurrects both him and his fiance.
That's fine. You know what would be better than
But
this?
one can only live during the day, and the other can only live at night. They can never be together.
That's
Trademark
Lady
that
Hawk.
shit. Trademark. Oh! Trademark it.
It's already been done.
No, it hasn't. Trademark it.
Until an eclipse happens.
Trademark it.
TM.
Thank you.
Ferris Bueller's there to save the day.
Multiple filmmakers that, you know what would be better, Jeff? The original The Crow.
Oh.
Just watch that. Multiple filmmakers have attempted to get retelling this gothic tale off the ground, and while some fans will surely be overjoyed, no.
No, fans won't be.
No. The news may not be met with more particularly enthusiastic response from everyone. Many feel Alex Proya's 1994 take on the material, starring the late Brandon Lee, did a perfect job of adapting the story and should be left alone. Jason Momoa was attached at one time. Peter Skarsgård was attached at one time, I think. Let's see, who else? Armie Hammer.
Is he the Northman?
I don't know.
Is it Peter Sarsgaard that's in the Northman, or
Skarsgård. Skarsgård.
is it a Sarsgaard or a Skarsgård?
They're the same.
They aren't the same.
That's Eddard Stark.
What?
Starksgard.
Ned Beatty?
Starksgard. Oh, who was Starksgard? They did a poor job.
In Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Oh, I'm shocked. Anyways,
No, you know what? They're never going to be able to top the soundtrack from the original.
oh, yeah, they were talking Game of Thrones.
Maybe they'll just
No, I'm
use
talking about
the same
The Crow.
soundtrack.
It's one of the best soundtracks
Yes,
ever.
it is.
Some Gold Dust Woman?
Can't rain all the time. And when he's getting the makeup on and he's in the mirror and he's about ready to go out and seek his revenge.
The Cure.
No, not that one.
was not
It
in
was
the
the
movie.
Cure. It was the Cure.
Soundtrack? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is. And when it just starts
Well,
getting.
he wrote a lot of this Crow while listening to the Cure
Cure.
music.
When he's sitting there with that is one of my favorite scenes in all cinema.
It is
Love
pretty cool.
Yeah. Just because the music hits and.
And then when he came down from the ceiling to the wrestling ring, that was my favorite part.
Get out. Let's see here.
Oh wait, spoilers maybe.
The Northmen may not be doing too well lately because so they've plastered New York City with all these posters on their subway cars. And I guess not only on the cars, but on the posters on the wall too. And it has all the stars in the Northmen on this poster. It says, "Conquer your fate, April 22nd, only in theaters," from the acclaimed director Robert Eggers, written by so-and-so, directed by Robert Eggers. And unfortunately, they forgot to put the title of the movie on it. So they never put the Northman on the title. Yeah. So if you're going to see it, you think Conquer Your Fate is the film. But
Well,
great job marketing.
Hopefully the employees at the New York
Subway?
theaters will realize when people ask for tickets for Conquer Your Fate, they will send them to the Northman.
They're going to send them in for Clifford, the big red dog.
Hopefully they warn them ahead of time, because when I was at the theater, they didn't warn us that people would come in to ask to see Medea when the name of the movie was
Diary of
of a
Angry.
Mad Black Woman.
Why don't they incentivize graffiti artists to go paint the Northman on all the posters?
Oh, that would be cool.
in New York.
They're going to call it the Dickman. They're going to call it everything else but the Northman. Let's see here. Keep that fucking name out of your mouth. Off your poster now. Let's see here.
Also, when people had trouble finding the times or the theater to watch the Divine Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood,
Yeah.
because all they wanted to see was Yaya, and they couldn't figure out the Divine Secrets.
Just call Kramer's movie information hotline.
Why don't you tell me the name of the movie?
After a day, we had to go through and edit all the things just so they would look for Yaya instead of the Divine Secrets.
No, they should not be deserving of that.
It was more for us than them.
Per The Guardian, the $2 billion Hollywood film franchise Jumanji is coming to the real world. In a global deal to open themed attractions, rides, hotel rooms, and retail outlets across Europe and North America. It was a deal struck between Sony Pictures Entertainment and UK headquartered Merlin Entertainment. Will involve the development of Jumanji-themed lands at theme parks to bring to life the films that have starred Robin Williams, Kirsten Dunst, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, all that stuff. Let's see here. The Merlin, Europe's largest theme park operator and second biggest globally, runs more than 135 attractions in 24 countries, including Legoland, Peppa Pig World, Sea Life, the London Eye, Cadbury World. What the hell is that? And the Bear Grylls Adventure.
Yeah, the Bear Grylls Adventure. Ooh, I
let's
don't
see.
think I need to go to that theme park.
The first,
Try to survive on this island for a day.
everything's poisonous.
Yeah, everything's poisonous and stings.
It's been 0 days since our last accident. The first experience based on the franchise, The Adventure, Jumanji: The Adventure, will open next month at Merlin's Gardaland Resort in Italy. Italy! Described as a dark ride for adventure
So all you know
lovers of all
about
ages.
Italy is Mario.
Yes.
Okay.
It's me, Mario!
Maybe the alligator ate your baby.
I know that they switched sides during a war. Oh, we weren't on that side.
They didn't
sorry.
really switch. They just got beaten and gave up.
Kind of like all of our life stories. Let's see here. It also coincides with the launch of Jumanji-themed hotel bedrooms at the resort. I did see some of the pictures. It's a good idea, in all honesty. It's a nice IP that...
Weren't those hotel bedrooms, aren't they down at the Wildwood Inn down in Northern Kentucky?
Northern Kentucky. So there's an interesting hotel around us in Kentucky, and it was basically themed rooms, like a caveman rooms, ice room, or ice age room.
Valentine's room.
Yeah, and they're like over the top gaudy.
Can you imagine being the maid having to go to clean the Valentine's room?
Any of those rooms.
I wonder if that place is still open.
I think it is.
Oh my!
Oh, looks like you got a birthday trip with your wife.
All right, we're going to draw straws. Who gets
Remember,
the
Jason, at
Valentine's
one time
room.
you were the guy who was all for hotel sex.
Now, is this a hotel or a motel?
Welcome back to the Wildwood Hotel. Oh, that's from St. Louis. That's the wrong one. Nope. Wrong one. Anyways, so there you go. We'll hit the next one next week. The next.
What did I hear about in St. Louis? It was Louisville Hotel, where you can bring your plants with you.
What?
I'm pretty sure it was an April Fool's Day, because it was on April Fool's Day on the radio. They were talking about it, and the person was like, "I think this is real." And I was like, "That can't be real." But there was a whole thing about, here you got pet friendly. Well, your plants are the new pets, and it's like, this is.
Oh, I think they got rid of the themed rooms.
April 1st, the only day people actually question what they read on the internet.
No, the thing is, that hotel
April
still,
2nd, when you can start trusting everything you read on the internet again.
You know, that hotel there in Northern Kentucky, they still even had the old-fashioned vibrating beds. You can still put quarters into the machines. Yes.
It's rated 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
They don't have all themed rooms though.
But do they have any theme room?
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
They do.
I thought you just said they didn't have.
No, it looks like they kind of went tame on it. It looks like a 1970s like rooms or 1980s rooms. It's kind of like in Planes, Trains, Automobiles when
They got wood paneling.
yeah,
in
the
rooms?
wood paneling rooms. I'm trying to find their.
They had to close down the medieval torture room.
Hey, they have arcade and they have arcade. Let's go.
Wow! Remember when that was a thing that hotels had arcades?
Okay, so
Okay, here are the rooms.
yeah, you got it now.
You have the Happy Days themed suite
Hey!
with
you
one
can't-
king-size bed, room, jacuzzi.
If you can't get it on in the Happy Days room,
Does it look like?
It's a smoking room.
and
Does it look like Fonzie's apartment above the garage?
You can't get in. It's like an escape room. You can't get into the Happy Days room until you build a motorcycle blindfolded, like he did.
Then there's the standard king room. It's a king bed. The king room Cupid theme, non-smoking.
Oh, thank God.
Standard room King Heart Spa room with one king-size bed and a heart-shaped jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi.
Poolside room with one king bed.
There's a safari hut themed room, Jim.
The Queen room Happy Days theme.
They're really going into that, leaning into that Happy
The
Days.
safari theme. Those are the buildings that are off the outside.
Mrs. Cunningham.
Safari
room?
hut themed
Wait,
room with
what?
one king-size bed, room, jacuzzi, smoking. The Western themed suite.
Hey, bang, bang.
Westworld.
Yeah, that's not going to end well.
Check rates for the Western theme. Let's see if I want to go there. The 5 rooms.
When you said Czech rates, I thought you were telling us that there was
I wanna see if they're available this
theme
weekend.
about the Czech Republic or something.
Oh, that would be hot.
I'm checking if they're available tomorrow.
Let's see here. Let's see here. They are. Let's see if they got some openings. You got tomorrow, you said? Let's see here. Well, reserve a room, and they don't even have a website. They have a poolside room available and economy double room. I don't know if I want the economy double room at the Wildwood. That could be scary. They have the King Heart Spa room. Jimmy, you want to go in this weekend, this Saturday, Sunday?
Now, this is a motel, right?
Oh, the Safari Hut.
This is a place where Jason won't stay anyway.
Oh, I will now if it's a Safari Hut. Oh, that carpet looks like it's from, like, bad office. Like it's been in an office film. The Safari Hut room is available, Jim. That is $230. Dear God.
A night?
Yes.
Oh, it was always overpriced.
Okay, the best part is it literally has a bamboo bed, a couple non-PC things like up on the walls, like shields and that, and like a bearskin rug. Like that's it.
It's a bed full of big leaves.
They're shaped
Big
like
palm
huts
leaves.
that are out back.
It looks bad.
Does it come with palm frond waivers to keep you cool?
It may. As the bath people from Coming to America.
Yeah.
It's actually up in a tree.
I mean, that is a really bad room for $250 a night. Like, that's not even a very good themed room. Even the TV looks bad. It has the speakers on the side. There you go. Okay, what do you got for box office news, Jeff, whatever your name is?
Oh, if you want to come to Cincinnati, please get a room at the Wildwood Inn.
September 23rd through 25th, you can get one at the Wildwood Inn when you're staying for the Cincinnati Comic Expo. William Shatner's going to be there. Hobie will be there.
They have a Star Trek room.
Maybe they can put William Shatner up at the Wildwood Inn.
Well, they have the Next Generation room, but that doesn't do as well.
Yeah, that only got a 1.2 stars.
You got to sleep on a giant Rubik's Cube, and it's just not going over pretty well.
They have a captain's chair. That's your bed. Yeah, September 23rd through 25th. Get your tickets now at Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Anytime someone walks past the door, it goes, shh, shh.
No, you make your own sound effects.
I was going to say they just have a creepy guy there.
But the problem is, anytime someone walks by, it opens up.
Sir, could you leave? I'm trying to make love to my wife. Seriously, sir.
Prepare to be assimilated.
Is there somebody in the walls? Leave Bruno alone.
Hey, wait a minute. Who the hell are you? I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Make it so, number 2.
Engage.
Number 1.
Wow.
She's got red on. Shoot her.
We're having way too much fun for this discussion.
So for anybody knows, we actually do know a decent amount about Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Do we?
I've seen a lot of episodes. I just want to start from the beginning, and it's bad.
Oh, yeah. They say it gets better in the second season.
No, they said the 7th season.
Oh. I thought it was pretty much once they killed off Tasha Yar, it got good.
Oh, spoilers! When I catch up, I'm going to be upset by that. I'm 800 episodes behind.
What, are you watching Supernatural?
Yes. Jeff, that's like saying one of the original Hobie podcast people on here got killed. Don't tell them. Let them get it to themselves. Oh,
I thought we stopped talking about that.
I'm sorry. Well, the lawyers told us to. Sorry, my bad. Oh, the dip man.
Episode 0.
To be fair,
It turned out to snuff film.
8mm. We were very inspired by 8mm. Nicolas Cage, Joaquin Phoenix. Can't go wrong with those guys.
Waka, waka, waka.
Phoenix.
Waka, waka, waka. Waka, waka, Phoenix.
Can we go to box office news?
Sure. Box office news report from April 1st through April 3rd of the year 2022. Number 1, The Larch. Morbius made $39 million in its opening weekend on a $75 million budget.
So a pretty light week at the movies.
It almost got half its budget back.
No, number 1 got $39 million.
Well, yeah.
Pretty light week at the theaters.
But it almost got half its budget back. That's the question. Terrible reviews for Morbius coming out. Will it make its budget back?
Will it hit
at least the American?
Will it hit $15 million next week?
Ooh, that's
I'm going to go over $15 million.
Over. Okay.
I think I will say it will at least get 15.
Okay.
Or close to, if not.
It's getting horrible reviews.
It is.
$1.
$1. Okay.
This is not Price is Right rules.
$2. I'm going $2.
Damn it.
You had to wait to be last.
I like when the first person $1.
Everyone else is 2, 3, and 4. That's it. That's all it is.
You know what, I think my favorite one
$1,
was,
1 cent.
like the guy one time like bet $800 and the next person said $7.99. And then $7.99 was the exact price.
Oh, my God.
It was $7.99 though. What else we got?
Number 2, we've got The Lost City.
Fuck this movie.
$14.8 million, a total of $54.6 million on a budget of $68 million.
Fuck you.
So
Who's
The
got
Lost City
America's
will
Sweetheart?
probably make its money back.
You're awfully.
And it doesn't actually look that bad. I'm
It
sorry,
looks
Jason.
horrible.
And she
It's
isn't-
no dog.
And she isn't blindfolded for the whole fucking movie.
Yes, with kids, isn't it?
And she's not on a bus.
That's true.
Going fast.
Dog is now available on TV on demand for $19.99.
At number 3, we have The
1998.
Batman,
$1.
making another $10.8 million, a total of $349 million on a $200 million budget.
2 weeks from 2 week or 13 days from today, I get to watch this on HBO Max.
Won't be as good as the theater.
I know, but now I'm like, well, now I'm in the end game, right? 13 days left.
It'll probably end up like sucking on the small screen.
Yeah, it's fine.
Kind of like The Doors.
But I don't have to leave my house, so that's a positive.
I remember watching The Doors on the big screen, thought it was a great movie, then watched it when it came out on video and thought, I like this piece of shit.
I think I saw it on IMAX.
I didn't see it at IMAX. IMAX didn't exist when I saw it.
Or it was whatever the one that was down at the museum center.
Oh, the Omnimax?
The Omnimax.
Did they? Oh, I didn't know they did that there.
So you saw Meg Ryan's nipple bigger.
On a big rounded screen.
Yes.
And
Coming in at number 4, Uncharted made $3.6 million, a total of $138.9 million
Yet
on
to
a
see it.
$120 million budget.
I want to see it.
fuck this
I'd rather
movie.
see The Lost City.
I'd rather see The Lost City.
I'd rather learn to play Uncharted.
I think you already have.
No, I've never
You've
played
never
it.
played an
Yeah,
Uncharted?
me neither.
I think when I got my PlayStation 2, it was the Uncharted edition where it came with the game.
In Vines?
That was 107 years ago.
I don't think the PS2 is that old.
105.
Did it come with a pith helmet?
It did not.
Oh, well, I'll skip.
And number 5, Jujutsu Kaisen 0: the movie made another $2 million for a total of $30 million on an unknown budget.
Good for that.
I like unknown budgets.
It's made like $6 billion worldwide.
Well, it's because people elsewhere like it much better than Americans.
Yep. What's upcoming, Jeff?
Its anime is still a little, what do you call it?
Popular?
Not as popular in the U.S. as other places. It's still very niche.
Because of Cowboy Bebop, the live action.
No, the only reason it's really popular is with people who have OnlyFans pages.
Oh.
Nice. Upcoming April 8th
And girls with pink hair.
of
Who have
2022.
OnlyFans
You have
pages.
OnlyFans pages.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I kind of want to see this.
When the manic Dr. Robotnik returns to Earth with a new ally, Knuckles, the Echidna, Sonic, and his new friend Tails is all that stands in their way.
I'm interested. I like the first one enough.
I'm going to predict it. I'm going to ruin the movie right
Yeah.
now. Knuckles turns good by the end.
Of course, according to my 5-year-old, it's Freckles and not Knuckles. Because he's like, Dad, are we seeing Sonic this weekend? And I was like, maybe. We might go see it. That's our plan. And he's like, Mom, they have Tails, Sonic, and Freckles. And I was like, it's not Freckles, but I like that name, so we're going to go with it from now on. Knuckles is now Freckles in our house.
Oh, you should change Skittles' name to Freckles.
Ooh. That's right. I call her every other name besides Skittles. Damn dog.
Also coming out, Ambulance.
Ugh, if I see another fucking trailer to this film, it looks fine, but...
Are you
No, it
kidding
looks
me? It
terrible.
looks horrible.
Okay. I was trying to be
Here's
nice.
the in-depth review of it.
Please.
2 robbers steal an ambulance after their heist goes awry.
That's in depth.
It's a good synopsis there. Is that the same people that made the Northman poster?
Yes.
And hilarities ensue.
Yes.
And hilarity ensues.
You are my brother. I will get you home. I promised you. Oh, Jesus. Shut the fuck up, Last of the Mohican.
Yeah, this was a trailer before we saw the Batman, I think.
The Batman.
And, it looked so bad.
It's on every fucking thing now, the trailer. What else we got?
Unfortunately.
We've got everything, everywhere, all at once.
An aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes connecting with the lives she could have led.
Oh, the EEAAO universe. I love this.
I thought it was a
Actually
new
sounds
Marvel.
kind of cool.
That was a new Marvel.
It is.
Multiverse.
It is. The EEAAO. EEAAO.
E-I-E-I-O?
universe.
Who's in it? It's Michelle Yao,
Okay.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah.
Stephanie Su, Ki Hua Kwan,
Is this a foreign film?
James Hong,
Oh, James Hong is good.
Jamie Lee Curtis,
Oh.
Tally Meadow, Jenny Slate,
Jenny Slate.
The name
Comedian.
sounds familiar. Oh, okay.
Harry Shum Jr.,
He was from Glee.
Biff Whiff,
Oh, Biff Whiff.
Now that's the best name ever.
What's the...
There's a picture of Biff Whiff.
He looks like a Biff Whiff. Long beard.
Oh, he is a Biff Whiff.
Jeff, change your name to Biff Whiff from now on.
I can't. Someone already has it.
Biff
How
Cliff.
about Jeff Beff?
It doesn't have it.
Jeff.
Beff Jeff. Okay.
You know what? I will say the trailer at the Batman that I saw, the Nicolas Cage movie coming out.
Yes.
With what's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
No, not Nicolas Cage.
I think he is in the movie. I'm pretty sure. that
Nicolas Cage movie starring George Clooney.
Not start. Nicolas Cage isn't in it.
No.
No, that was Richard Gere.
My bad.
No, and Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, yeah.
What's his name?
Pablo. Pedro.
Pedro Pascal.
Pascal.
Yeah. I got
You know,
it right.
I'll tell you what. That actually looks
Viper.
pretty good.
Is that the one he becomes an action hero?
No, that's where the he gets invited to this party of this a big fan, and it turns out the big fan is actually like a giant cartel king.
Oh,
and they
okay. That's
recruit
the other
him
one.
to
Yes.
be an FBI, CIA
Agent,
informant agent to go get him. It actually
Yeah.
looks kind of good. He quote unquote plays himself,
Yes.
kind
he
of like
play
Chuck
him-
Berry did in his CIA movie,
You know,
Barris.
Gong
Barris.
Show.
the Gong Show.
Chuck Barris. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Chuck Berry is a completely
Berry.
different person.
Yeah, sorry, Chuck Barris. I'm sorry.
Top 5 this week. Give me a top 5 music.
Da-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5, top 5.
Ooh, yeah. Top 5. Top 5 favorite wrestling moments. Blake, do your own top 5.
No, I did a wrestling one.
Oh, okay. Fuck you. Here we go. Here we go. Blake, you go first. What's your fucking number 5?
I'm not taking any of mine.
You know, my number 5 is that, that one where Vince McMahon fucked everything up. Yeah, that was cool.
I hate you.
I hated that one.
I'm hating Blake right now. Go ahead. Number 5.
Number 5 for me is every time Ralphus led Chris Jericho to the ring.
Jericho talks about this a little bit, that Ralphus was just like a truck driver, like for the WCW
Yeah.
at the time, and like he kept showing up, and he's like, he kind of became like a sidekick that I didn't want after a while, because he's like,
He thought it was funny the first time he was going to do it.
yeah.
So they did it a couple of times, and then Ralph was like showing up before every show, like, "All right, boss, what are we doing today?"
Yes. And when he went to WWE, he's like, "You getting me on for WWE?" He's like, "No, you're the WCW truck driver. I'm leaving. No, you're not coming with me." But he did get him paid $500 per appearance, because after like a couple weeks, he's like, Eric Bischoff, who was running WCW, he's like, he shows up everywhere. Can you at least give him some extra money? He's like, "Yeah, we can do $500. That's fine." But yeah, he would show up everywhere. Let's see here. Number 5 for me is Hart versus Austin, WrestleMania 13. What I was talking about earlier, when the double turn, when Bret Hart became a villain. Ken Shamrock was guest referee. Very good match. Love that match. Go ahead.
My number 5, it's Kulak versus Ironside. It's a match from the late 90s. Both wrestlers were undefeated. Kulak had 11 pins in 11 matches, and then Ironside ended up pinning him. Or not pinning, he got a 2 more points to beat him in the last 12 seconds.
Everyone's a smart ass, okay? Collegiate?
That is collegiate. No,
Yeah.
that is collegiate.
Okay. What's your number 4, asshole?
My number 4 is Nick Ackerman captures the NC2A Division III National Championship in 2001. Ackerman, who lost his legs during a childhood illness, wrestled, again, without legs. When he won the championship, he came out and said, "Don't call me disabled, call me a national champion."
Okay. Oh, that was a good one.
Inspiring.
That was my honorable mention.
Okay.
Number 4 for me is the Austin, Kurt Angle, both of them. Austin comes out with the beer truck and sprays the whole McMahon clan. And then years later, Kurt Angle comes out with the milk truck and sprays Steve Austin and the rest of the guys out there. Great ones. I would just love to be in that front row of when he brought the beer truck out. How splattered with beer would you be? But yeah, one of my favorite moments. Number 4 for you, Jeff.
Number 4 for me was when Chris the Lionheart Jericho made his heel turn.
Oh, which time?
The first.
Oh, okay.
No, the first time, when he was the Lionheart,
Yep.
and, he was mildly successful, but really wasn't going to go anywhere. And then
He started whining.
and then would come back the next week and apologize. And then by about a month, he was complete heel, and
Yep.
it worked. I bought in because I loved it. I enjoyed his wrestling before then, and like people really hated him.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it's fake. You don't. I'm like, he did it on purpose, but it worked, and then his career only went up from there.
Number 3 or 4 for you.
Number 4 for me. You guys almost hit it on it a little bit. You know that one where that heel in the middle of the match turned hero? Man, that was awesome.
Hey, Austin versus Hart. You put it on the board. That was mine.
That was awesome.
What's your number 3, asshole?
You know my number 3, like in the middle of the match, where the hero actually turned heel.
Hey, Hart versus Austin, WrestleMania 13.
That was awesome.
What's your number 3, Jeff?
The number 3 for me was when Chris Jericho made his WWE debut as Y2J interrupting The Rock's speech.
My number 2.
Oh,
my
we're on
number
the
2
board.
moment. Put it on the board.
And Jericho,
Because they had the countdown clock for months, for a couple months.
And then came in Y2J, and he came in. And everyone's cheering, and The Rock was just like, "What the hell?" And Jericho starts going off him, and he's like, "You come in, you interrupt my segment, and you don't even bother to even tell me who you are."
I told you my name is.
It doesn't matter what your name is. For the last 2 years, you've been fighting guys by the name of Hooventude, and you think you can come over here and interrupt me?
Oh, great.
Yeah, that was my number 3.
My number 3 was NWO Formation. Because Hulk Hogan actually, I don't know, had a character then. He actually looked cool for the first couple months, and then they destroyed NWO.
Yeah.
It got bad. But it was a shocking moment. I really enjoyed it. And it's Tony Schiavone ending the broadcast with, "Go to hell, Hulk Hogan. Straight to hell."
Now, was that the formation? Like,
Yeah.
Hogan was the formation of the NWO? The other two guys, it wasn't the NWO yet?
It was not the NWO yet. They were the outsiders. They came out.
yeah.
Nash and Hall went against Savage, Luger, and Sting. And then Hogan came out because one of them got hurt in the match. Hurt. He came out, and Bobby Heenan spoiled it a little bit because because it was supposed to be a 3-on-3, but they
Savage in the WCW then?
Yeah, Savage, Luger, and Sting.
Wow, I thought Savage came over during
Because here's the ending. Well, first off, Bobby Heenan spoils it. If you're listening, he's like, "But whose side is Hogan on?" And Tony Schiavone's like, "What the hell do you mean? He's on our side, yay!" And he comes in and leg drops Macho Man Randy Savage. And then he covers. Scott Hall counts the pin, and Tony Schiavone's like, "We're not counting that pin." Number 3 for you.
My number 3 is Henry Cejudo becomes the U.S. the youngest U.S. Olympic champ in 2008.
I cried at that one.
They
That was a good one.
surprised people because they thought he was too young and wasn't going to make a splash until 4 years later.
Not as good as when Ken Patera won, but okay, go ahead.
Ken Patera never won a
I know he
gold.
didn't. It's a shame.
Number 2
Yes.
is when Rulon Gardner defeats Alexander Karelin in 2000 Olympics.
Yep.
It was Karelin's first loss in 13 years and the first time he gave up points in 6 years.
Dishonorable mention is when he had his toes amputated because of frostbite. Number 2,
Or when he was on The Biggest Loser and was an asshole.
Raul.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me.
Rulon.
Rulon, yeah.
Don't talk about him. Number 2, Jericho on Raw. I hobied it with Chris Jericho when he was a villain. He was the Cruiserweight champion in WCW. He has the title belt on, the Cruiserweight belt on, and he wouldn't take it off for the matches. And then he got kicked in the belt, and he's like, take it off, take it off, take it off. And he would yell. Juventud would kick him in the stomach.
Kick him into the belt, which would...
Yes, he would do that like for a couple weeks after he won the tour. He's like, I'm not taking it off, it's mine. And he kicks him, take it off, take it off. One of my favorite moments.
it was such a great heel.
Yes. Number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me was when Chris Jericho had his list of 1,004 moves. Or
The man of 1,004 holds.
He to top Dean Malenko 1,001.
1,000.
1,000,
The
yeah.
man of 1,000 holds.
Yeah.
Number 984, armbar.
He went to commercial, came back.
Number 817, armbar.
Didn't he have like a reverse arm bar in there too? I think at
Yeah.
one point. And Mike today, those aren't even moves. He's repeating himself. Go ahead. Number 2 for you, Blake.
Oh, you know number 2?
What's
Yeah,
that?
it was number 2.
You know that one where the guy's like on the ground on the mat on his back and the other guy's on top of him and the referee counts to 2, but he kicks out and the match isn't over?
That happens at the Wildwood Inn sometimes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In the safari room.
In the Wild West room.
Aww.
And then
It's actually just a dirt carpet.
Oh, yeah.
and then they get it back on top of him again and the ref counts 1, 2, and he kicks out again.
Is that your number 1?
That's so awesome.
What's your number 1?
Guess my number 1?
Yeah. What is it?
All right, my number 1.
Oh.
Every episode of Piper's Pit.
Oh! He hit Snuka with a coconut. Number 1 for you, Jeff.
Number 1 for me is when Scotty 2 Hotty should have won the Royal Rumble because he was never thrown out of the ring.
I think you had him in our Royal Rumble
I
competition.
had him in the Royal Rumble competition. I should have won that,
He never made it to the ring. He got beaten up.
but he was never thrown out of the ring.
It's true. Neither was Maven. Let's see here. Number 1 for me is the holy shit moment for me. Watching this on pay-per-view, King of the Ring, Mankind getting tossed off the cage. That's 20 feet up in the air, and I swear to God, we thought he was dead.
That was the one when he wasn't actually supposed to go through the cage, or
No.
oh, okay.
He went off the top onto the announce table. Then he came inside and he went through the cage, the ceiling, and his tooth went through his lip. And he was knocked out for a couple seconds. Continued fighting. Horrible match. The match was awful. But those 2 moments, I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Well, again, he had, like, Undertaker was actually carrying him around to try and
Yes.
revive him.
Yes. Favorite moment because it was the first, like, holy shit. Like, oh my God. Number 1 for you.
My number 1, I hobied this. It is when Cale Sanderson, complete in 2002, completes his undefeated college career.
Oh.
And I hobied that with that one time I belly to back suplex Jason onto a couch, almost broke it while we were on vacation.
That was one of my least favorite wrestling moments.
To be fair,
because
I
my
was happy.
credit card was on the.
Security deposit. To be fair, we're going to have to rent a house with Jeff's credit card again to get our next match. Who cares about the Rock Austin trilogy? We have like a decathon.
We have about 20 years of Jason no selling.
Yes. To be fair, in our fake league, I was a 5-time world champion. I also only had 6 wins. So, you know, it was a rough one.
I hobied. I had a couple honorable mentions.
Go ahead.
The ladders match with the Hardy Boys,
Dudley's.
Edge and Christian.
Oh, okay. Yep.
No, not the three-way ladder
No.
match? Oh, okay.
The Terry Invitational Championship, or Terry Invitational Finals. Yep. They were trying
the
to get.
Hardy Boys were detectives.
They did. They just had those little.
It was Frank and Joe, right?
Yes.
They bring in Nancy Drew.
Surprise entry was Encyclopedia Brown. He came in and he won the match. It was weird.
Nancy Drew had the women's belt.
Yes, she did. Anything, Jeff?
I had honorable mentions of the DDP Raven Benoit three-way falls count anywhere match.
Except if your leg is on the ropes.
Except the time when the referee stopped counting because somebody, I'm trying to remember, was it Raven?
Raven put his foot on the...
He didn't even put his foot on the rope.
He
had
slid
to
it
say,
underneath it.
He had to, he forgot to put the foot on the rope, so he just said, "Oh, your foot's under the rope. That doesn't count." I'm like, this falls count anywhere.
Is a part-
He won in the back of the anywhere but in the ring.
Top of a car is fine, not under the rope. Like, we gotta have some rules.
And I also had the WCW pay-per-view near the end of their run when Billy Kidman was in 3 matches during that, including whatever their version of the Royal Rumble was called. And pretty much, it was the Billy Kidman show for 3 hours.
That was pretty much Billy Kidman's show for the last 3 months of their existence.
Yeah, but that pay-per-view really, Billy Kidman should have gotten a lot more credit after that pay-per-view.
Because he was in and out of that ring in that the Royal Rumble type match. He was being thrown out, but he skinned the cat. And
that was after wrestling two other matches.
One of them was a 1 hour long match. No,
one of them was like 40 minutes.
Yeah, he started with a big, and then
40 minutes. How many 2 counts did they get through?
18.
30.
We had a lot of good ones here.
Well, you
I have
should
one
remember
more.
because that was your number 2 favorite moment.
Yeah, it was.
I have one more.
Yes.
It's when Crash Holly would be the super heavyweight. And he
Yes.
would come down to the ring with his scale.
And he was 200 pounds.
Maybe.
Crash Holly was the
Hardcore champ.
They had the when he would just show up into people's bedrooms and wrestle them. Because
Oh, well, I'm glad you went that way. That was a little-
Yeah, that was a hard.
he was living the guy's walls,
that was
though.
a hardcore.
Yes.
But it was like he'd bring his own
referee
with him because that's right. Hardcore falls count anywhere. So he would just
24/7.
go to the 24/7. Thank you. That's what it was called. He'd just go to the hotel and bust into the guy's room and start wrestling with him.
It was at the Wildwood Inn, actually.
And then Pillman shot at.
Well, we're getting there. Hold on. Intern Brian had Goldberg not being at WrestleMania 38. Austin versus Owens at WrestleMania 38. Austin stunning Austin Theory and Vince at WrestleMania 38. Cody Rhodes returning at WrestleMania 38. Wait a minute. And Becky versus Bianca group match at WrestleMania 38.
You know what? I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot one. Can I add it as a honorable mention? Andy Kaufman.
Jerry Lawler and David Letterman.
And I'll Hobie it. Any women that he challenged to wrestle during his comedy shows.
And that they hated him.
Yes.
Oh, I got another honorable mention. I forgot.
Hold on. Let me get through these.
No.
Go. Hurry.
My honorable mention was when DX got their 2 new members.
China's implants.
Yes.
Yep. 2 new members. Steve had everything I learned from movies.
When May Young.
No, don't say that yet. Don't say that yet. Triple
Back on
H.
someone's list.
Triple H necrophilia. Yes, when he's fucking Katie Vick in a coffin because it was Kane's girlfriend, and it was
She dead?
It was a mannequin. It was so bad, and they actually Triple H made fun of it. Like he put a mask on of Kane and was fucking this thing in a man. It was weird.
I thought this was supposed to be family entertainment.
Not in the 90s. Kurt Angle winning the gold. Vince McMahon revealing he was the higher power. It was me, Austin. Undertaker locking Ultimate Warrior in a coffin. Really anything Paul Bearer said, too. That's right, he did have it on Jake Snake. And number 1, Steve Austin. Who's he kicking? Who's he doing the thing to? Just in the stunner, it looks like. Oh, to Donald Trump. That's who it is.
Oh.
I was like, who is that? Let's see. Randy. Oh, RJ Holt at 666. King
He's
Kong.
not evil.
King Kong Bundy almost kills Little Beaver at WrestleMania 3. The little person wrestler, King Kong Bundy's 400 pounds and literally squashes him. First appearance of Dude Love on Raw.
Dude Love.
China winning the corporate rumble on Raw, eliminating Mr. McMahon. That was a shocker. Undertaker versus Mankind at Hell in a Cell. And Mankind wins the heavyweight title. That will put butts in the seats. That's a good one. Tony Schiavone's on WCW. Just to let you know, he wins the title. That'll put butts in the seat. Mankind wins the title. And everyone flipped over from WCW to WWE to watch it. Literally, it just fell. Joey Bag of Donuts. Ooh. Kofi winning WWE title. That's a good one. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. Hardcore match from 2021. Nice. Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania. Mick Foley versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. And the Hogan heel turn, 1996 with NWO. Pardon me. Pittsburgh Nerd had Cody versus Dust at AEW Double or Nothing. The whole match was good. Austin versus Hart, I Quit match. Passing out from the sharpshooter, which I talked about. Shane Douglas versus Bam Bam Bigelow at November to Remember. Great match. And I was at the pay-per-view.
When you said Shane, I thought you were going to say Shane McMahon.
Shane O'Mac. No, Shane Douglas. And Austin giving McMahon a beer bath on Raw. Let's see here. That was his number 2. Number 1, CM Punk returns on AEW Rampage. And honorable mention, Adam Hangman Page beats Kenny Omega for the AEW World title this year. It was a 2-year storyline. It was awesome. 2 years worth of storytelling.
Are they done? Or aren't they still going to go?
Well, he's got the title now. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Dev. All of Kofi's Royal Rumble elimination saves. Hope that shit.
Kofi did a lot. Yeah.
New Day in general. Kurt Angle's milk truck and Stone Cold's beer truck. Being at WrestleMania 23 with my good friends, the RY Dog and Devolved
I think
Bill.
it's Rye Dog.
Yeah, it might be. Watching the Monday Night Wars unfold with my grandfather. Honorable mention, Edge spearing Hardy from a ladder. Shane jumping off the Jumbotron. Bad News Barrett. Halloween Havoc's 95 intro of the Yeti. Or as Tony Schiavone would say, the Yeti! Kevin Nash. Let's see here. Beside Geek said it's not real.
That was my honorable mention.
Yeah, that wasn't...
You know that one that you thought was real?
All of mine were real.
It's real to me, damn it.
Yeah,
No, all of mine were real.
I don't remember that.
no, some of your honorable mentions weren't.
All my top 5 were.
Doug has
Including when I belly to back suplex Jason.
Rock jumping out of the dumpster to help Shamrock. That was awesome on Monday Night Raw. Hell in a Cell with Mankind. Eddie and Benoit winning and keeping the titles at WrestleMania. That was up there, but I couldn't because of Benoit. Jericho winning the unified title, and Hogan is the third man. Any WCW, honorable mentions, any WCW pay-per-view cruiserweight match in 96 and 97.
Yeah, that was great.
Jericho naming his 1004 hold. ECW crowd fills the ring with chairs with Terry Funk. That was another good one. And so there you go.
I am shocked that intern Hackney did not have Pete Rose getting tombstone pile driven, not once, but twice.
We have
Once as a San Diego it was the San Diego
chicken.
Yeah.
They dropped San Diego from the
Did I
name
send
of
you that
the
thing?
chicken.
I think he got paid $50,000 for each one of those appearances.
Yeah.
$50,000.
A lot of autographs.
This is from Brent at the Home Video Hustle podcast. Stone Cold and Booker T fighting in the grocery store. The Rock's.
Oh, that was funny.
That was. The grocery store was not happy. They didn't realize they were going to do that much damage to the produce in the areas. The Rock's strudel interview with Lillian Garcia. That was good. The audience filling the ring with chairs at ECW. The Dudley Boys promo at Heatwave 99. I can't even put that on the podcast. Just go watch it. It's whew. And all of the New Jack promos at Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Oh, God.
I was going to say, is anyone going to have New Jack on there when he had that kid in the ring and almost killed him?
Jared Mills, Stone Cold and Beer Truck. Good one. Hardys versus Edge and Christian and Edge and Christian versus Dudley's. Stone Cold turning heel and all the shit he did with Kurt Angle when he had the little cowboy hat. Hardys showing up at WrestleMania 33. And Hardys versus Edge and Christian in the first tag team ladder match, you said. And finally, Chris Richardson of the 365 Flicks podcast when it was on. Stone Cold passes out in Bret Hart's sharpshooter. Undertaker throws Mankind off the Hell in a Cell. Edge spears Jeff Hardy off the ladder. HBK is told that DX isn't controversial anymore, so he goes down the corridor and just super kicks everybody. And Mike Tyson double crosses DX and sides with Stone Cold. Stone Cold! Stone Cold!
No one had Ric Flair when he gets tossed into the turnbuckle.
I think there was one.
And does a little flip.
And then he oversells. He hits it. And he stumbles back and then stands up straight and then falls over.
I think there is somebody they did put in here when Ric Flair faked his heart attack on WCW and they thought it was real.
Yeah, that was somebody put that in there on one of.
Oh, Stork! Actually, Stork did have some. Mae Young birthing a hand. Val Venus threatened with castration with the sword and his dick was out. Big Boss Man's towing a Big Show's dad's casket at the funeral. Anything and everything gold dust. My name is Gold.
Thanks, Stork.
The Gobbledygooker. Oh.
He really hates us.
Honorable mention, Hobie that shit. The Dudley Boys Farewell from ECW and Mick Foley Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. There we go. So, woo, that's a lot.
No tag team match from the charcuterie board.
Tag team back again. Sorry.
Nothing from like the Iron Sheik versus Bob Backlund from 1977.
88 minutes. Any pins? One.
I liked all those matches in WCW at the end of the show where we're out of time.
87 guys just ran to the ring, got interesting. Sorry, we got to cut. What?
We're out of time.
I should have mentioned all the times that Cyndi Lauper was on wrestling.
Oh.
With Wendy Wrestler.
Captain Lou Albano could put in there. Bad idea of the week. Giving Blake a top 5 about wrestling. That's bad idea number 509.
And doing the... I'm pretty sure we already did this one, too.
I think we did wrestler. Well, I probably did too, but you know.
I'm sure, yeah, we probably did something about
Probably
favorite
2 years ago after WrestleMania.
So if you're new to our show, there's a lot of new listeners. Go back on episode 100 and go forward and tell us which one this is on. Titles for the show, real quick. What we got?
I have the ACU. I have What's Up with Winkle.
What's Up with Winkle.
Mine looked like an egg. And Squeeze It and the Hole Will Show.
Nope. That's awful.
It's about a gummy saver.
I had, well, according to Blake, maybe not. I got That's My Secret, I'm Always Hungry, which was off air.
That's before we started.
Alternate Generation.
I had Alternate Generations.
It's in building mode. Blake and his D&D. And the other one I had. That's all I had.
I had my award-winning personality.
You do have one.
The ROTN Universe. Got beaten and gave up. And a snuff film.
No, I like the ROTN universe, actually.
I do like the ROTN.
I like Squeeze It in the Hole Show. Come on.
We've all voted for Squeeze It in the Whole Show.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.